sir. One more gizzle. SP out of the rider, was blinded by the street grinding. Never mind the homework, never had a double up. I hustled up my own work. And to this day, I've been getting it with no help. There's no better feeling than depending on your own self. Money talk, you better listen when that paper speak. Mistake the streets for sweet, white sheets, they play for keeps. A father first, ex-felon trying to feed his seeds. I'm compensated for the fact I chose to keep it G. Stuck to the script all the while watching weenies win. I'm a child of God, but every day I seem to sin. Your reputation be the reason that they shoot you down. Judging from my past, but I'm living in the future now. Dollars addictive, gotta have my daily dose. Multiple hustles, I focus on what pay me most. Fear no man, he grieve like me, he can bleed. But we can leave that beef behind and breathe some peace, I believe.
I'm just preparing for my future life, cause my mama ain't living right. So just in case I ain't living this one right, I'll be riding with no ceilings like, cause I be out to get it, cause I can see me with it. I ain't worried about you niggas, I'm just minding up the business. I get it how I live it, so I live it how I get it.
I'll probably get no awards, no mention on the leaderboards. But take me to war, I promise you gon' need the Lord. Worldwide traveler, Los Angeles to Singapore. Sure, I can show her things she never seen before. Bump the horn and knock down the walls of Jericho. We pay them no mind, the laws call us terrible. Delilah had Samson, Eve made Adam fall. I ended up with none, y'all, trying to have them all. I go and get it, ain't with it, trying to wait it out. I laid it out, contemplated it, and weighed it out. Touched $1 million in my trap before I played it out. Faded out before they came and raided. Yep, I made it out. Tell them follow my footsteps, already laid the route. Nothing fake about me, no faith, who are they to doubt? Play me close, I'm supposed to pop that derriere. Promote the peace, but I take my pistol everywhere.
I'm just preparing for my future life, cause my mama ain't living right. So just in case I ain't living this one right, I'll be riding with no ceilings like, cause I be out to get it, cause I can see me with it. I ain't worried about you niggas, I'm just minding up the business. I get it how I live it,
y'all
so I
seen
live it how I get it.
Y'all seen it, seemed like Satan threw everything he had at me. Still standing, ain't understanding how y'all could be mad at me. Patience, push-ups, prayer on a healthy kick. Paint the perfect picture, me rolling, no selfie stick. Basically Baymacking, bonafide businessman. Religion don't define him better than his decisions can. Prodigal prophet, ain't worth half the price. Purchase, paid for after death, it's the afterlife. My future,
I'm just preparing for my future life, cause my mama ain't living right. So just in case I ain't living this one right, I'll be riding with no ceilings like, cause I be out to get it, cause I can see me with it. I ain't worried about you niggas, I'm just minding up the business. I get it how I live it.
getting hard trying to live in this land, Lord. I'm sick of paying rent, I wanna be the landlord. Not too many children in my section 8 last night. Lights out, they on section 8. We get constipated from that government cheese. Paying taxes, steady get a government cheese. Don't nothing change no matter who we vote for. So why waste time even going to try to vote for? When you grind so hard, you supposed to see profit. Why we so broke? We supposed to be prophets. We never had a choice on coming to America. I feel something real bad is coming to America. I don't write the mayor, they say I got a right to, but I don't even know where a nigga supposed to write to. I keep my chest up and head to the sky until the day I burn or head to the sky.
There was many bad days. Lord, I've had hills to climb and sleepless nights. But when I look around and see what you've done for me, I'll say thank you, Lord, and I won't complain. Yeah, no.
I'm no devil, I know that I'm God's son, but I still smoke weed with my godson. And even though they say the woman is the backbone, we just wanna see them laying on their backbone. Thumb through the word, but you know what's confusing? Between the experts, it's so much confusion. I want it all, for all that I care about. I want a ball, that's all that I care about. Travel 50 states, broke 48 laws. Ran across a book called 48 Laws. Some say it's bad, some say it's a good book. I say it ain't got nothing on the good book. I ain't tripping on going to the motherland. On the other hand, I like to buy my motherland. What price can we all get peaceful? Stay at war and swear that we peaceful. What's wrong? Can't we all get along? Wanna buy a home, but can't get along. I'm trying to stay focused and write the right rhymes, cause these days everybody write rhymes. My uncle went to the rehab, hooked on morphine. It seems he came out even more fiend. Don't wanna see cuz die or blood bleed. We all lose every time black blood bleed. Holla Hail Mary, a light no candle, but I'm still trying to handle what I can do. I go hard for what I need, so it's ample. Watch me, you won't need no example. Crucial situation, my life in a crisis. Need to trade my life in for crisis. Please forgive me for what I did last night. I don't know, this might be my last night. Baymax, G-Way, get money, y'all. For death, though, we do. Spot a low. The West Kelp, spinning the World Wide Web. On these bitch ass niggas. Young Spotter come through on the low late. Don't take her on no date. In the 08, tryna see if she got paper to donate. I'm so hard to locate, that's what the hoe hate. But I'm so great in bed, baby, daddy gotta rotate. Just fucked off 10 G's, but it ain't that important. If I ain't had to go to court, I would've made that this morning. Matter of fact, get paid more than that for performing one song. My dough long, cause I rap my records. Deserve a Rico. Commit actual acts of extorting. Place the wholesale order and jack the Jap for the Jordans. In New York, in the projects, chilling in the back of the buildings, where I chop with the hood heads and chat with the children. I'm young and I'm rich, I'm black and I'm brilliant. On track for the trillions, to be stacked to the ceiling. Until then, I spend thousands and mash for the millions. Get cash for the killing, got it bad for the billions. Been places that I never thought, but ain't one place too far from you. Ain't been one place too far from you. Way across the Atlantic, just right there when I'm landing. It ain't one place too far from you. It ain't one place too far from you. My eyes nice and tight, I hit the kush spot twice a night, and sometimes even thrice if the price is right. I like variety, they tell me it's the spice of life. She say I'm sweet and sour every time I slice your wife. SPI, your dirt bag to the world in. Digging donkey dick deep down in somebody's girlfriend. You speaking on me and it's tweaking me a little, but if you think you're sneaking on me, homie, she gon' be a widow. I love females, they help push the campaign. No brain, don't make it rain, or buy bitches champagne. More money, more problems, don't need the propaganda. What popped out in Vegas don't lead to Tropicana. What happened in Atlanta don't need to be repeated. So them pictures on your camera phone need to be deleted. Let's go. know Neo, but I know Eno. Me, him, and Hero with 10 hoes in Rio. Went hard for the ESO, I squad with the CO. No 6 deuce chemo and showline ego. I can't say I put in a gang of work with Deco, but me and Cuz for sure them pass for a keto. I spent some time on the grind with the Rezo. 24 months just to end up with 0. Even with a belt on, the khaki still be low. I'm a head honcho, I used to flow with Nebo, but he chose to told on Lil Man and B-So. Had to let him go right after we met Sebo. From California where the most gorgeous green grow. I'm loony as O-Dog and nutty as Nino. All spots covered from Domino's to CeeLo. For Death Doe, the Lamo to a Liso.
Seen all that and all. Been places that I never thought. But ain't one place too far from you. Ain't been one place too far from you. Way across the Atlantic, just right there where I'm landing. It ain't one place too far from you. It ain't one place too far from you.
Point blank, do no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the marathon
I overlook my
continue.
competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be, yeah.
Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe, stay tuned, all that.
It's the homie cook-up boss, goddammit, Cub Low. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake Show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Low.
I'm here with SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch.
My nigga Spider Low.
Spider Low, nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low, that's my nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
You are now in the black box with the homie Spider Low, the most eastiest. Facts over feelings, keeping it a Google Plex. Feel my campaign.
Spider Low, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loke is in LA somewhere doing it.
Google gang, straight legend. Google gang, SBI. Google gang, Google gang ain't here. You better keep that shit up Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, better keep it a Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, you better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. Google, Google, gang.
Bottom line, love life, show is a blessing. Pull up politic and blow us a session. Spot a local most easty. No mistake in the station. They making them statements. We waking and baking. Word of the day, EC on replay. The marijuana-thon with VJ Keyway. BS and BS. Killing on the track in the black box. We never put feelings over facts. Pay Machiavelli, run me the bread. I don't get mad, I get money instead. I be high, you can tell by a nigga eyes. But wise enough to enterprise, you dig a lies. Contemplating with the Google gang, conversating. Counting coins while these cowards in the comments hating. Only thing count, my count getting another comma. I'm a magnet to the money on my mother mama.
Better keep that shit a Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, better keep it a Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, you better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. Google gang.
If you can't keep it a Google, then don't mention me. Run a check through the set, I bet them niggas mention me. Red Bull and Hennessy, I keep the same energy. No matter on a solo or a couple homies with me. Tell them come get me if they want confrontation. I keep a couple shooters with me. And we right here waiting on shit to pop off. Take a nigga top off, you tempt me. All that BS, you can miss me. Slide down Century, doing about 60 in the gutter lane. Faded off yak and drop the pistol, hopping out the rain. I won't change, keep it a Google the only way. Mention me, I come out and play. That's on the gang. We are not the same. I ain't nothing like these rap niggas. Hanging with bangers, no bodyguards. We all strapped, nigga. All truth, no lies. Facts over feelings. We ain't gonna start something we can't finish. Google gang.
Better keep that shit a Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep that shit Google when you mention me. First sign of disrespect, I'm turning Hercules. It's gonna be a lot of shirts pressed, rest in peace. Keep it a Google, you better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. You better keep it a Google. Better keep it a Google. Keep it a Google. Google gang.
Jeter, gratitude is the attitude. This show is a blessing. To be right back here in the black box and blow a succession. Blue Smurf, I see you, BS. On my mama, I swear for Goddery. On my mama and them. I was just thinking about you, cuz. That's crazy. I was giving you a message in my head. Remind me to tell you what I said. Matter of fact, text me right now, because I ain't going to write it down. And later on, I'm going to forget and feel like a clown. I know it. On my mama. Because one of the irritating thing is you lose some money, cuz. Especially a $100 bill, cuz. I don't even be dealing with that much cash the way the world doing digital. It always, but every now and then I have some cash and then I'd be like, okay, that's like, I kind of like blank that money out in my mind. I don't count it. It's like, whoop, so I be having my mama do this with that, whoop. Oh man, I wake up this morning, go to make my move. I'm like, damn, and then I could just run my mind back at work because I could remember the moment where it more than likely came out because it was in the same pocket for the longest. And I'm like, I'm just sending cuz this text, my bad. I'm like, damn, now in the back of my brain, cuz I can remember the moment where I must have dropped that motherfucker, cuz it was the only time, like, it had been in my pocket for like multiple days. There was a countdown, there was a few of them. You know, I just, ooh, so it was down to the last one. I knew it was there. And then, so when I go to grab it this morning, I'm like, I was so motherfucking sure it was there because I checked the empty pocket about 5 times, knowing that I had just checked and it ain't there, right? And I'm like, damn, feed me? So, I'm just like brainstorming, like I could kind of like imagine the moment I had to lose it, but that's irritating as hell, and I don't even know why that came up my mind right now. That's crazy. I just had the experience right now in front of y'all. I swear to God, while the intro was going, somebody had made a comment like Blue Smurf hard, and I was thinking, and I got to thinking about him real heavy as a CEO on some corrective criticism shit. And I'm like, yeah, I need to tell Cuz that. And as soon as I looked down in the chat, his name popped up. I'm like, damn, whoa. So I kind of got off track texting him because he actually hit me like I said. And then I had a wop moment. But we finna get back live with the energy. The word of the day is galumph. Galumph. And if you had to, I'm going to do it different. Galumph. I'm going to spell it to you. Nah, because I already know we live in an age where it's too easy to look it up and Google it. So no need to even trying to go through no trivia and see if you can guess or if anybody might know what the word actually means, right? But to me, it sounds like what it means. Galumph means to move with a clumsy, heavy tread. After long days at his landscaping job, their teenage son galumps into the house and flings himself onto the couch, sighing heavily. Galumph. Yeah, that word galump sounds like its definition. Just moving around sluggish, clumsily. Sounds like you would be galumphing. You feel me? On my mama. If I had if my back was against the wall and I had to guess what that word meaning, just hearing it, I probably would have guessed that motherfucker on my mama galump. Like, that sound like a goofy, right? Sound like a goofy Forrest Gump, just all in one. The only thing that's not galumph about me, according to the title, is that it says sluggish and slow. Like, I don't walk like that. I walk high pace. Anybody ever walk with me through the mall, anywhere, I just got a mob. I just walk with purpose. My kids hate walking with me through the mall. Why you walk so fast, Daddy? But I don't know, I just move like this. But other than that, I'm clumsy. So it's a lot of activities I just don't participate in, just due to my natural clumsiness. And bike, as regard motorcycle riding, is one of them. The title is Joe Rogan. Is he making mockery of the massacre in Buffalo? I was listening to a clip of his podcast on social media, and ironically, it was about buffaloes or bisons, as the animals. He was having a conversation with another man, and they were just talking about bisons, and then that morphed the conversation into a conversation about buffaloes because they're very similar as species. However, they're not identical, and they start to differentiate between buffaloes and bison, and somehow that led to questioning why the area Buffalo was named Buffalo, and they were speculating as to historically how that region arrived with that name, and they were sharing stories back and forth about the history of buffaloes and bisons in general. And then I'm not really familiar with this guy that he was speaking with, because this is the guy who really made the comment that was extremely off color in my opinion. And I'm like breaking my neck to give Joe Rogan all the benefit of the doubt. For one, the benefit of the doubt, for one, is because he just went through such a controversial situation on this same subject, man, similar with the whole reel to him saying the N-word, right? And it's like, as much as you want to give him the benefit of the doubt, because you see how he has this camaraderie, coolness, and cordialness with a lot of black people, I've seen him talk about not even using the N-word and talk about he went into a black neighborhood to watch a film. And when he described how there were no white people present in this packed theater, it was some blockbuster film that happened to be released on a specific night that he was on the road, and him and his comrades just went to the film to the nearest theater to where they happened to be, and it happened to be in an urban black area. And he said to describe what he saw as he saw the patrons, to describe that it was non-white, he said he felt like he walked into the Planet of the Apes. And I see so many black people want to speak up in defense of him and say he's not racist. And so because you have an appreciation for his intellect, his wit, his platform in general, you try to like look through all the different type of perspectives you possibly can to arrive at the same conclusion that these other people are arriving at, right? You know, we hate to be the first one to judgment and say, nah, I know Freddie Gibbs probably can't whoop him because we know he got super hands and feet, but I really appreciate the pressure he put on him publicly just when you see that clip of him on stage. However, here he is discussing this issue with this dude, and I've listened to it multiple times, and I try to give him the benefit of the doubt and think that first I was trying to tell myself that maybe this is an old clip that's just resurfacing now, and but it seemed to be pretty recent. And so I went to the comments, and I see I wasn't that far tripping because someone else, more than one person, had the same perspective that I initially had. So I want you guys to listen and just see, is this dude making light of the massacre in Buffalo? Because if he indeed is not, I find that there's a small possibility that when he first said it, it seemed like it was no doubt in my mind what he was saying. And it seemed like he's indicating that the reason why, because they were talking about how easy it was to slaughter these buffaloes throughout history. And because they were just like so slow and dumb, like usually an animal would see one of its peers of its species attacked or slaughtered or fall into harm, and they would either flee or fight. And the buffalo would just watch you shoot his friend or his family and continue eating. So he was talking about how dumb it was. And then they started speculating as to why Buffalo was named Buffalo. And it said, and the guy said, is it because people didn't know when to move there too? And then it was like this real awkward moment of silence. And then instead of Joe Rogan getting into the spirit of the person who apologized for the N-word compilation, he seemed to be pleased by the joke, and I don't know. So I'm thinking because what he just went through, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt that he could not have been following the train of thought that makes it seems like he was making a mockery of the massacre of the melanated masses recently in Buffalo, New York. Moment of silence for all those that lost their life. Condolences to everyone that knew them and that were attached to them in that community. But let's take a listen.
Likely to be a bison.
Yeah. Why do they call Buffalo Buffalo, the city of Buffalo?
Good question. Because a bison is not technically the same as a buffalo.
Because those people don't move when they should too.
You son of a bitch. You snuck that in good. It's good timing too. You had a good pause there.
I'm genuinely curious.
It's good pause.
It seems like
I don't know. Maybe there was a lot of buffalo back then. There's buffalo everywhere. They were like elk. Elk were in literally every state. Pretty much. We people are gross, man. We killed everything.
Yeah.
The quick question of what's the difference is contrary to the song, buffalo do not roam in America.
All right, so I'm trying to say maybe, and just in general, they're saying Buffalo is not a good place to live, and but that's the stretch, and that's just me. And I think that's how foolish we are a lot of times. You can stare right in the face of the bullshit, and it's so blatant and obvious because of the person that's we staring at. We fond of them in so many ways, artistically or whatever, and because they have a desire not to be viewed in the way that they actually are, and they take the time to make some type of expression or statement to go contrary to it. We just accept it, even though it's blatantly right in our face. So I can't imagine. Did you hear how elated he was? Now, in retrospect, I thought it was a moment of contemplation before he kind of vaguely showed some appreciation for the apparently off-color joke. But let's take one more listen and just see, is there any room out? Is there any way out that he could not have been on this public platform making mockery of those that were murdered in masses? Y'all tell me, am I tripping?
Likely to be a bison.
Yeah. Why do they call Buffalo Buffalo, the city of Buffalo?
Good question. Because a bison is not technically the same as a buffalo.
Because those people don't move when they should too.
You son of a bitch. You snuck that in good. It's good timing too. You had a good pause there.
I'm genuinely curious.
It's good pause.
It seems like
I don't know. Maybe there was a lot of buffalo back then. There's buffalo everywhere.
Damn. Yeah, but I see why Malcolm X so far back was so adamant about how non-productive and foolish it was for us to have entertainers at the forefront of representing the struggle, whatever form of revolution we may find ourselves involved in, and setting the bar for integrity. Since Muhammad Ali, to the magnitude of what he sacrificed, and there's so much more available for those with the influence to sacrifice now. Like what Muhammad Ali put on the line was great in magnitude, in respect to the time that what he had and what was available and what he was laying down, which was so much, is still so small in comparison to what is available to those at the forefront to lay down as a form of a sacrifice these days. However, you got nobody with a real presence out here that's standing on a firm Joe Rogan based on the way he obviously feels about us. Not only does he insult our intelligence after we see the N-word rant with his apology to say that he knows for some people it's never appropriate to ever say that word. All right. If one thing Joe Rogan has proven is he has proven that he is totally dialed in to the current climate of American sociology and politics and political correctness. He's always been someone who's been praised for being bold enough to stand on the edge or go beyond the lines of political correctness to exercise what he believes are his freedoms as an American. And you best believe within the context of that mind frame, the N-word is included with the idea that if I am not utilizing it to purposely be offensive, if I'm only repeating what someone else has once said, then I should be justified. Hey, you may tend to agree with that notion. I may even tend to agree with that notion. However, Joe Rogan is fully aware that that notion has been long voted out of acceptance in society in general. The vote has been in, the verdict has been decided that if you are not of African American descent or from the struggle of poverty, but that's what we've decided on the low, the people who get the passes. But as far as the media, on camera, Hollywood, politics, platforms, you are not allowed to utilize that word. So for him to be finally get the backlash for somebody stringing along how long he's been standing on the edge of his First Amendment right to free speech, and he's not trying to offend. I'm going to say the N-word anyway, even though I am fully aware of the fact that I'm one of the only one doing it. He was on that crusade, and he was building that string that created that compilation of N-words purposely, intellectually, for each moment as a renegade, as a crusader, and not realizing that at some point, or maybe he's so calculated in his thought process, I think he may have suspected, and I don't know why. If he had suspected it, he wouldn't have been more proactive in getting it cleaned up. It's because, best believe this, when nobody's around but him and them good old boys, he still gets a pat on the back for being at the forefront of being one of the last ones willing to get out there and throw that N-word around, because he knows it was socially unacceptable every single time that we've seen him say it on that compilation. I'm going to tell you how deep it is, cuz way before that fiasco, that whole controversy popped up, I personally struggled with a joke I heard Joe Rogan tell on stage. It was apparently some kind of old footage, or it wasn't well produced. Maybe it was just from somebody's cell phone. But I stumbled across it, and he was telling this whole joke of how unfair it is that we can say the N-word and they can't. And he was like really telling the joke, and he was like getting at other white people in the crowd. Like, come on, man, don't act like I'm the only one. You know, it's how fucking good it'll feel. Just like, you pull up, nobody there but you and the white boys. You pull up to see your boys, and if as soon as you see them, just to, what up, my nigga? And he just said it. And so I remember struggling with, do I like that joke or not? And this is just privately. I'm hearing this all alone with nobody else around. And I was kind of like caught in between appreciating the wit of the joke and the reality of it. I understand how we make everything so fly. And then I was giving him his room and respect as an artist of comedy, and you know how gray the area is getting. You got to have thick skin. So I kind of appreciated the joke because it was a dope joke in essence for that one joke. But now you look at the joke in the context of he went on a whole crusade of this compilation of utilizing the N-word. It's far more disrespectful than somebody just calling you a hard ER to your face sometimes, because it plays on your intelligence as a group that I can get away with saying this in this context, in this day and age, and they're not going to take offense. Where Kanye when you need him? George Bush don't like white people. He bold enough to speak on the fact that he believes that slavery is a choice. Harriet Tubman ain't freed the slaves. What you feel about Joe Rogan? Kanye, step on up. You've been on this platform, kissing his ass. Ain't no way in the world cuz got a genuine appreciation, respect, love, and acceptance for the equality of whatever he thinks he is in America and who we are in America. There's no way in the fucking world you can describe going into a movie theater full of us as it felt like I walked into the Planet of the Apes and not realize that's offensive. And don't you find it quite ironic they're so quick to make the comparison to us and apes? When you really look at the mouth structure, apes have very small to no lips, reminding me more of what I see in them facially than us. I've never seen an ape with big voluptuous lips. I know it's really like, as much as they try to like make it an insult, when you look at the physical makeup and structure of an ape
and the strength, it's really psychologically, as much as they try to make it a insult, it's really another level of their admiration for the species that we are. On my mama. But you might not see that if you only look on the surface. That's why we remind each other often that we gotta read between the lines.
We read between the lines. We read between the lines. We read between
On the set, I swore I had covered my bases. Ended up in court, had to fight a couple of cases. Crackers don't care when you come into places. It be written on their faces. Them motherfuckers is racist. Fuck trial, shit tricky, give me the deal. I ain't never seen a real killer beat a pill. Shooter got a brighter future if he got a date. Behind the gate, lot of politics to tolerate. Sitting in the car, finna split a cigar. To my niggas on the yard, send my biggest regards. You don't wanna run it back, we already ran it. You landed fat on his back, cause I'm heavy-handed. Wanna catch another fade, we can follow up. But I ain't waiting all day, niggas squabble up. Gang of anger, got it all bottled up. Gang bangers, whole world follow us. Evil signs you believe, can you see the sign? Tell me who gon' lead the blind, why they lead the blind? Am I wrong, cause I'm all about me and mine? Niggas better catch on, read between the lines. Evil signs you believe, can you see the sign? Tell me who gon' lead the blind, why they lead the blind? Am I wrong, cause I'm all about me and mine? Niggas better catch on, read between the lines. Niggas clowns need to be in the circus. Putting these buzzers on the turf, they defeating the purpose. The first to return when the enemy serves immediately on ease. These weenies be nerve dedicated to a section that didn't deserve us. It turned us into murderers and then the deserters. Number one lesson I learned in the pen: when you lose your respect, you can't earn it again. Smoke a lot, classified most faded. The local won't be satisfied till all his folks made it. This Cabbage Patch where he caught most of the damage at. Perhaps he know a magic plastic surgeon that can manage that. Ask me, I'm just a product of my habitat. Narcotic habits where they quick to let you have it at. Big homie talking about he need half of that. I'm laughing at him as if my little bastard's having that. Evil signs you believe, can you see the sign? Tell me who gon' lead the blind, why they lead the blind? Am I wrong, cause I'm all about me and mine? Niggas better catch on, read between the lines. Evil signs you believe, can you see the sign? Tell me who gon' lead the blind, why they lead the blind? Am I wrong, cause I'm all about me and mine? Niggas better catch on, read between the lines. Read Between the Lines, available on all digital platforms off the Illiterate EP. Tap in, eat, sap. For the local, my mama. The second half of the title asks the question, are blacks under attack? Big bro, I see you slick. Oh, my mama, I gotta give you the blue rinse. That's my big bro, cuz my daddy junior, my daddy's son. Oh, my mama. So, gotta add him. And you see right there, I'm referring to Big Slick Williams. He just turned into a moderator. But anyway, that moderator, so you know, big bro, so you see somebody saying some fuck shit or some weirdo shit, you can just delete their comments or delete them, whatever you feel like. My mama. But anyway, I know you don't be hearing all the time, but anyway, when you are, you could go dumb, go ham, do what you want. You part of the Blue Wrench by Big Slick. Oh, blah. Yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, I always get threw off a little bit when I see my real familiar in the chat. But anyway, we were asking the question, are we under attack in America? Buffalo. I don't know if y'all seen the viral clip of the white man just going ham on the sister in the store. Just like really putting hands on her like she was a man. And her testimony is shortly there before he was telling her all this racial, you don't need to be in America, all this type of whoop, whooped on her. what was the other incident? It was something else that's happened. Just, well, this is my thing. This is what it was. This was the perspective. I forgot. How you going to support a dude getting 27 years in jail, bro? What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. This is what we talking about right here, right now. People like Candace Owens, like, she could be such an effective tool if she was speaking on the right side of the issues, right? She's so articulate and so intelligent and so well informed on so many subjects that are really pertinent to our progress as a people. However, for some reason, she seems to take very odd and offensive positions on a lot of the most important issues that relate to us as a race in America. In particular, her denial of the disparity in the way we are dealt with by law enforcement at large versus our white counterparts. We put up some images a few lives ago that kind of like illustrated our experience. And we just question how is it so easy for Dylan Roof, who murdered the black churchgoers after they welcomed him into their service and worshiped with him, he jumped up and just slaughtered them. And we marvel at how simple a task it is for him to be brought into custody without harm. And to go a step further, when he gets transferred while in custody, they protect his life with a bulletproof vest. Blows my mind. That blows my mind. Anyone with the willingness to attack him via firearm, a bulletproof vest is not going to save him. Anyone, they'll take their headshot. So the fact that no one tried, so them to assume that it was necessary, the bulletproof vest, his life was still valuable enough, worthy enough, precious enough to go out of your way to protect it with a bulletproof vest. Do you know the odds? How small? If you talk to any mathematical expert, how small the probability of a chance that someone will actually try to shoot at him in under those circumstances, and with that small of a fucking probability, they still chose to take the precaution to protect his life with a bulletproof vest. Then here it is in this current new massacre of our melanated masses. Your background kind of loud, so I'm gonna put you on mute until I'm ready for you. And this individual is once again miraculously, mysteriously in the same generation where we are repeatedly murdered for breaking wind on an encounter with the police, unarmed. And Candace Owens, with all of her articulate eloquence and all of her beautiful black Nubian just physical appearance, all the confidence that she possesses, for her to deny this, her voice brings so much attention to so many issues. For her to say that this is not an issue that exists in America, and then to have a white man, does it make more sense when a white man says, just listen to what he says.
We don't know why the murderer is alive tonight. The police had every legal right to shoot him on sight with a gun in his hand when they cornered him in the store, but they talked him into dropping his gun to the floor, and then they arrested him. One of those police officers had been on the street with the unarmed 18-year-old Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri. Maybe Michael Brown would be alive tonight. For some reason, unarmed black teenagers and men seem more likely to be shot and killed by police than white supremacist teenage mass murderers with guns in their hands.
Now, that question raised by him rings with so much fucking relevance. It seems like I don't see if Candace Owens how she could deny it, but however, I got a caller on the line from the 310. We're gonna get his perspective on how the fuck does Michael Brown lose his life? No charges on the officers. How was he anywhere more of a threat than a man armed who just murdered a multitude of people? Cause shit, slap in the face every time. 310.
What's happening, Spider?
What it
This
do?
Little Duck. Hey, check this out. Now, I just want to say something also about the Buffalo shooting. Then I want to get to this Kansas thing. Now, I believe if everybody was able to carry guns, he wouldn't have ran up in that place like that. That's just his one gun up against a multitude of guns in the store that he don't know about. You know what I'm saying? And
that make a lot of
let me
sense.
go further than that. I'm from the West Coast, from LA, Wash House, all that. I'm 44 years old. I ain't never liked the nigga from the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying from hood, but
I know what you mean.
New York. Since the West Coast, East Coast beef type shit, right? So I go to the military. My pops sent me to the military. My first dude I met was a nigga from the East Coast, from New York, Buffalo. And this nigga ended up becoming my best friend, right? So now when this Buffalo shit hit, nigga, that shit hit home like a motherfucker. Cause I talked to his mama, seen his mama, met her and everything. So that shit hit home. And I watched the way this little dude just shot the lady in the head while she was already down. You know, he shot her through the glass. You know what I'm saying? Walked around there and then shot him again. Reloaded and shot her in the head. Man, that shit hit me out. Hey, man, we need to start something. We need to do something, man. I'm tired of this, man.
Oh, my mama.
I'm tired of it, man. I'm ready to make a move.
Oh, my
Something's got to happen, man.
All conversations.
I'm willing to get in. We need to start something up. Fuck what the FBI want to do, try to shut us down again. We need to do something.
It's going to take. It's going to take.
Niggas, and we always got to turn the fucking cheek.
Yeah, my thing is this. All conversations ain't for YouTube. I feel you, a Google %, but my thing is this. On the conversation we can have clearly and wide openly on YouTube, from what I can realize and understand, a few Asians in comparison a year ago got punched on or something happened, and this whole uproar came about a Stop Asian Crime hate bill, and there was large denominations of dollars allocated. Where is the outcry and the money? Where is how, bro? When you living in a country that initially established you, when they called themselves building their foundation as a country where all men are created equal, they classified you as 3/5 of a man. I don't care how far we've gotten from that obvious reality, there is a very strong presence of that same sediment permeating throughout our current condition. It's so hard to identify as far as tangibles because it is a very sophisticated essence at this moment. But there is no way in the world you can tell me that that this guy that just did this shit in Buffalo should still be alive if you judge the way we're treated on traffic stops.
Now you gotta think though, the security guard did shoot back, but the white boy had on all that armor. He wasn't prepared for all. He thought he was just coming there probably with a shirt on. He just laid him down with 2 shots.
The security, but look,
You know what
but
I'm
look
saying? So he did try.
but look, he did try. Bless him, man, going out like a rider, a soldier. But like the first caller said, he just said, if everybody just think, it didn't happen in Arizona. It didn't happen where everybody
That's
walked.
the crazy part, right?
Yeah, it was where everybody walking around.
Carry a gun.
Yeah,
there is no road rage. There is no confronting a nigga at the store thinking you gonna get off, you gonna beat him up because you never know if he gonna be packaged. So everybody walks around gingerly happy, first off. You know what I'm saying? You have to really do something to get into somebody out there because everybody can carry a gun, so you don't trip as fast.
I mean, that makes so much more sense than the type of society we trying to force and leaving so many people vulnerable and just, by default victims when things like this happen, if they felt like Dylan Roof's life was worth protecting with a bulletproof vest after he became a murderer, with the small probability that we all can realize that someone might do something to him, if it was still in their intelligent minds a good idea to put some protection on his life in place, look how more probable it is for us to get shot down in public. How about that? Mm-hmm. So why wouldn't there be some type of panic fucking button pushed in order to protect our safety?
Probably because they think that the white species is becoming extinct because all their bras is coming over to the other side.
Bro.
So they're trying to hold on to their little.
Bro.
Man,
let me tell you something.
It's crazy.
What you just said is actually what I believe the heaviest reoccurring theme and the bottom line to all this shit they put us through. I think that, they are definitely a worldwide minority, and they realized that long ago, and they've made it their business to become a majority by the rule of iron fist through the years. On my mama. 704, what's happening? I'm on the live, cuz. What it do?
Because all their bras is coming over to the other side. Bro, so they're trying to hold on to it. Bro. Hey, Spider.
All right, not right now. If you ain't tapping in on this, I'm gonna hit you back. All right.
I'm going back on mute though. Good talking to you, brother.
All right, much love. Hey, look, 704 area code.
Hey. Yeah, I'm in here, brother. What's going on?
Oh man, we trying to realize why the rest of the world don't realize that we under attack, and if they have an Stop Asian Hate Crime bill, why it ain't a Stop Black Hate Crime bill and some billions allocated to our immediate safety and the attack that we are obviously up under. There has not been one event that can compare to either the Buffalo Massacre or the massacre that Dylan Roof exacted upon some black worshipers that can compare to anything the Asian community has gone through. So I don't understand why the response to their plight has been so much more to a higher degree than what we are experiencing. I do understand. I say I don't understand just for the sake of conversation, to get the thoughts provoking from you, but we know why, but we just bringing attention to it right now, chopping it up, and that's what we talking about for the most part.
I, my brother, SPI, man, you know what I'm saying? It's a blessing, you know what I'm saying, to have this conversation with you, man, and to be up one-on-one with you. My brother, man, you speak good words. That's why I joined your platform.
Thank you.
All praises to you, my brother.
Thank
man.
you.
Keep pushing.
Thank you.
Man, but when it comes to things like this, SBI, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm 47 years old, man, you know, and I look at things and try to analyze them, you know, and put it in perspective. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is these days, man.
I mean, it is what it's always been what it was. I think the way, for whatever reason, I hate to try to speak in absolutes like I got it figured out, but it's obvious they had to stop doing this exactly how they was doing this in times past. Right. But at the top of it all has been the spirit of supremacy or superiority and keeping us beneath their foot. And that spirit is still in fucking motion around us at the most highest levels. They have equated every fucking experience from any group of people, anything that they can classify as a community, every and anything in their sight, they have attempted to equate to our struggle, to our fucking genocidal demolition of our ancestors upon this soil. Everything is equal and now more important to what we have gone through, and our plight has been pushed to the back of the priority list. It does not exist. Anyone who even speaks on behalf of any type of reparations is considered a crybaby, whining about irrelevant issues, while the Holocaust is continuously revered as such a reverent historical event to reflect upon and to never forget. And it just gets you to remind us that what the plan for us is by them, and the inevitability and the fact that it's inevitable. I was trying to put ability in inevitability, if that's a word, of the fact that extinction is definitely in the cards. And if not extinction, the loss of the majority is definitely in the cards naturally. And a lot of the evils exacted upon us are highly due to that fact. And a lot of the evils exacted upon us are a lot more stealth than they once were. You don't see crosses being burned in public. You don't see lynching posters. You don't see white only fucking signs at establishments. However, just think about this. You're dealing with a society where generally that's no longer allowed to be showed. But they've never killed that energy in the hearts and the spirits and the souls of the citizens at large. So that fucking spirit and energy is exacted out in ways that we don't typically perceive initially. If you know the concept of redlining, and just realize that cannot be the only system similar to that in place, and how many systems we haven't quite. That's why they are so anti-CRT, critical race theory, for those who are not familiar with what that term means. Because it kind of like pinpoints, maps out how, first of all, historically, how detrimental and how important, at the same time, how detrimental it was to us, how absolutely essential slavery was to the development of this nation based upon what economics dictated and what the actual current climate was at that time, with tobacco, cotton being the biggest crops, and trying to get ahead. As you know, America still has like a leg on the rest of the world when it comes to economics and development, that we know that they're losing if they haven't lost it, but they've been the premier superpower for eons of ages of our current modern time. And in order to establish that head start, they needed a cheat code. And the cheat code was 400 years of free labor on the backs of millions of people that, had you had to compensate them fairly for what they did, they would be the owners of what you created, and you will own a small percentage. But they flipped that whole economic equation to the point where you can minus all that overhead, all that output, everything that it should cost you to establish this nation. You can put that in your pocket, which they have this head start based upon. And they keep trying to convince you that this is fair. Imagine this, y'all. Imagine this. Imagine this. Imagine being in a race, right? Imagine being in a race that's 4 laps. Shout out.
realize that long ago. All right, my bad. Imagine being in a race, right? Imagine being in a race, cuz. And while you in this race, I gotta put y'all on mute. That background echo fucking me up. While you in this race, cuz, you in a race with 4, 5, 6 people. How many ever? It's a 4-lap race. You're right, going 4 laps. And I was saying, I don't know when the mic went out, but I was saying, shout out to little Lele Crawford, who ran that race. I know she defied the odds, but just imagine this being considered fair, though. You in a 4-lap race, and they give everybody you're competing against a 2 or 3 lap fucking head start. And then all the while they're running the first, second, third lap, everybody's acknowledging that's not fair. That's not fair that these people got to run 2 to 3 laps, 3.5 laps toward the goal before you even got to start. We can all agree that that's not fair. However, all right, we're going to let y'all start running right now. Right now. And now here you are in the race. Everybody running toward this motherfucking finish line. They've been running 3.5 laps longer than you. And everybody is judged on their ability to reach the finish line within the same amount of time. And here it is. When you start running your first lap and you get halfway through it and you realize how close they are from the finish line and how far you are, and you say, this ain't fair. And they tell you, quit crying. We didn't let you start running now. And then you got one person like Lele Crawford, who, and we may have more than one, but when you go per capita, we have one here. We got one Tiger Woods, 2 Williams sisters, but that's one versus the last black lady who went straight to Wimbledon way back in like the 1920s. We'll have one here and there when it comes to the billions of people upon the face of the earth that happens to, and they'll keep pointing to that one. You have to be as good as Lele Crawford to where everybody can take off in a race. That's the fucking genii that dwells amongst us, though. And that's why they don't want to give us an even playing field, because we have a multitude of Leles sprinkled out through every fucking arena of competition to where any culture can be equally competitive and have a fair chance at establishing themselves as what anyone would consider superior or not. I am totally convinced that those in power realize with us being equally represented in all those fields, they don't have a standard chance at holding us back at the capacity that we have been held back. And I'll even go as far to say that I might even acknowledge that there may not be much of an active physical push of policies and implications that are directly trying to bring our suppression about currently. Everything that may be being done toward that subject may be in an effort to push us along. However, we're still dealing with a race that's 4 laps long. All the competition has been running for the equivalent of 2.5 to 3 laps. And even though they've been extremely fair with us now, every few legs somebody's throwing you water. You got more people out there cheering you on than anybody else involved. These other people can even start running backwards now. But how is that fair? You digitalize? However, though, what we got to realize, it still leaves us no room to give up. There's a lot of things that have the potential to take place. We got to have faith that those that are going to benefit us, a lot of those are going to happen. What is a great story? Watch any movie. It's not a great story unless the happy ending seems so impossible and they find a way to pull it off. And I think we're in the midst of a great story. Oh, my mama. So through it all, we got to remember that the marathon continues. TMC.
available on all digital platforms.
Overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. Can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be. Yeah.
This time around, I ain't moving with a gang of homies. By my lonely, couple bad bitches hanging on me. For sure, sharpshooters on deck though. Will I ever let my foot up off these bitch niggas' neck? No. Blue Bentley getting blunted. Wonder how it come to that. Can't let a rat do me like they done my nigga Thundercat. Baymax, place nothing above my paper. Couple slugs for the haters, but I love my neighbors. Point blank, do no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the marathon
I overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be. Yeah.
On the east, the streets anticipate my new release. Legendary beast, peace to Lil Tootie Reese. 97,000 in a day's work. It hurt to read the paperwork, we from the same turf. Talking super turned up to make things worse. Passed out passes in the past, I take the blame first. Go hard when I'm cleaning up the backyard. Queerdos sound like a queen trying to act hard. I represent the truth, we don't play by the same rules. There is no competition cause I can't lose. Versus vicious, sell them like souvenirs. Blue diamonds in my ear, hella fly,
overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be. Yeah.
Look here, the haters act like he don't know me. One man gang, I don't need no homie. On the 7 these days, they don't even see him seldom. Kind of money, who done touch more than me and Melvin? Anybody help him? Hell no, ho. Straight line dollars, they'll dog dough. SBI spot, can't never have it. East side legend like A7 Magic. Honcho hustle. Plus see the bomb in the booth, counting coins like Chucky from Swan. How the most easy with the ends gon' bow down. Ballin', clowning like Benzo.
I overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be. Yeah.
My nigga Wilbert in the building. My nigga Wilbert don't even know. Hey, it's a cat I grew up going to church with, right? Since kids. I was a few years older than him. Like, right now, the age difference don't matter at all. But back then, I was kind of like the big homie, right? And just the way he looked, I knew his whole family, the Johnsons, right? But the way he looked to me, cause his name was nowhere near this. I used to just call him Wilbur. And then like he was a little nigga. He used to always laugh it all through the years to where I swear to God on my mama, I almost thought cuz name was Wilbur. Then I remember he got kind of like up in older teenage years, cuz he like told me, like tried to check me, like my name ain't Wilbur, man. He was like, man, that ain't my name. Like, man, quit calling me that. I'm like, man, I don't even know, man. That's like, that's a term of endearment, man. I ain't trying to clown you, whatever. And it was kind of awkward, cuz, but through the years, every time I bumped into him, like, I couldn't remember no other name, so either I called him Wilbur, I don't know what happened, but I remember he came full circle and was like, man, fuck that, man. I'm Wilbur, man. It's cool, call me Wilbur. It did. I ain't seen him for years. I ain't heard from him, but his name Cool Breeze in the chat right now. But then, He like, I wouldn't know no other name. We like, it's your boy Wilbur. Like, so my mama, he in there. Shout out to Bridget, brother, sister Johnson. Rest in peace to the king. I love the whole fam band with my mama. My nigga Wilbur, though. Hey, 909 area code. I'm going to take a break, let you carry the load. What it do? Damn, I got you the fly intro. You gone. You just a ghost. I see your number like you still on the phone, but you got on while I was playing the song. I can't say you was wrong. I guess you waited too long. Well, I really ain't no biggie because the thing is this. On my mama, I didn't even connect the concept of what the CRT was. I realized I didn't finish my thought. But the whole concept of the CRT goes to show how from construction of this country, the bottom line ingredient for their success and their head start was the free labor, which was ill-gotten upon the back of our ancestors. And even though, like I was saying, all the things that caused it to be obvious that we were under those conditions historically, they're no longer capable of exacting those same type of actions out. You don't see lynchings every day. You don't see the Mickey Mouse court. Court is Mickey Mouse. It's a lot more sophisticated. But court system used to be way f***ed up. I don't even think Emmett Till got to go to court. So I'm saying you don't see a lot of the normal shit we see on these old videos. But CRT is a theory. It's exactly what it is, what the T indicates. But it highlights the system that established America with that type of mind frame, and it analyzes America up into current times. And from my perspective, I've never heard anyone describe it like this, but from what I can perceive, it tends to show how that same evil system that was in place, the same ill intentions it had toward us as a people, although those intentions are no longer obvious and evident by what you just look out and see, because compared to how we used to get treated, that systems and that spirit is still in place to this day. It's just become more sophisticated. It's ingrained in almost every system that's established, if not every system that's established. And that's the concept of CRT. And that's why they are going so far against getting it popularized within the mainstream curriculum as far as the educational system. However, there's so many evidences to point to the validity of the theory in general overall, but it's just crazy how the most blatant, obvious portions of evidence continue to pop up. Like we say, we see the young lady just get beat up. We see that, we apparently is very, look how George Floyd lost his life. Mike Brown was the perfect example that the news personality, the white gentleman, utilized. I remember in our current time, and we started focusing on how these events became more and more current. If you think back, from what I can remember, Mike Brown was like one of the pioneer martyrs in this current string of life loss in the 2000s. And he was unarmed. Trayvon Martin was unarmed, y'all. And the law in America came down on the side of both their killers. Trayvon Martin, unarmed, pursued by an armed man, advised by law enforcement to not pursue him. Never been proven of doing anything close to illegal. By all accounts, the worst thing he did was have marijuana in his system as he walked to get a tea and some Skittles and tried to walk back home, and maybe have been curious as to his environment to the extent where he may have looked at some items that didn't belong to him, which caused him to be pursued as a minor by an adult male advised by law enforcement not to follow him. Then, when no one's looking, somehow they were engaged into a physical confrontation, and this man in America was found not guilty of murder under a phrase called "can stand your ground." Stand your ground. Look how they slap you in your face, piss on you and tell you it's rain. Man, just make you think you stupid. He can stand his ground. Stand your ground is why George Zimmerman was not guilty, right? But he pursued an unarmed minor. I am just baffled as to why the courthouse wasn't Perry Mason, case closed, you're going to jail. Why the lawyers on the opposite side did not just argue, where did Trayvon Martin lose his right to stand his ground? Even if he was whooping this man's ass. Think about it. You got a walking minor minding his business in the freedom of free America. Hasn't done anything illegal. And then an armed individual can hunt you down. Literally hunt you down. Call it in before he begins to the appropriate authorities if you're suspicious of anything. These qualified professional people advised him to not pursue this individual. He still took it upon himself to do so. And Trayvon Martin, the fucking right to stand your ground does not appear until Trayvon dies. What the fuck? How is that acceptable? How is it that when he was tried at the state level, similar to Rodney King's fucking attackers, how is it that once he got that obviously unfair decision, why didn't the federal government pick it up and refile charges? That blows my mind. I don't get it.
The federal government
914. 914. 914 area code.
914.
Yeah.
Hey, why would you gotta turn your background
I
down?
can't hear you on the thing.
You can't hear
I
me?
just muted the TV.
Can you hear me now? You still can't hear me?
For some reason, I can't hear nothing. It's like silent.
All right, this is what I'm about to do.
I only heard the unmuted, but that shit not.
So you can't.
Yeah, I can hear that.
You can't hear me. That's fuck. That should be happening. I don't know why that should be happening.
Yep. You can hear me?
I can hear you, but I know you can't hear me. I'm gonna try to do something to rectify that real quick. You have to try to call back. So yeah, that be happening. I think what glitch did we go through? Sometime I gotta like just stop it and start it over. But if I end the episode, sometime it won't let me start that motherfucker over. But we gonna try it anyway. But yeah, I don't.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
It really reminds me 10 years ago, because, yeah, she was 12. My daughter, she's 22 now. But 10 years ago, she was in school. And she was going to a school that I went to at that age. I went to the school from 7th to 10th grade. I had a personal relationship with the principal, very small school. It was the same principal. Her daughters, which were classmates of mine and my cousins, were now teachers. She was still the
Your
principal.
show now, press 1. To hear important instructions, press 2.
There are no shows scheduled within the next.
I have been a fucking, compared to my children, I have been a behavior problem when I attended the school years prior. And as far as tolerance of my behavior, the school displayed an immense amount of tolerance throughout the years for a lot of my antics. However, my daughter got caught up in this punk-ass situation where she was having conflict with another young lady who was actually older than her, who was white. However, just in physical appearance, my daughter looked more physically imposing. She was black. And just not frail and small and what they would, I guess, classify as, I don't know what it was. However, the two girls got involved in some kitty cat, one-on-one, very petty. I'm telling you, she's 12 years old. It was very simple. They weren't getting along. The white girl actually started the recruitment process of getting other girls involved, and it turned into an issue between these two groups of girls. However, by the time I became aware of
Your all show this, now, press 1 to hear important.
Your show is scheduled to start in 34 seconds.
By the time I became aware of all this, it was because I was called to the school by the principal, and this had been developing over a matter of months. And she had a whole fucking file on my daughter, like it was a fucking, I'm talking about, can you imagine 11 and 12-year-old girls having an argument today, and then another argument.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
And then they'll have another argument.
Blog Talk Radio.
A couple more weeks in the future. And she had all this shit documented, what this little girl said, that little girl said. Hold on, homie. Welcome, though. He like, this one said this one, that one said that. And she had all this file that she had been developing on my daughter for months. And I find out that she had called the police up to the school to interview my daughter without me knowing. So, against my better judgment, I allowed my mother and my auntie to motivate me or convince me to motivate my daughter to write a letter for forgiveness and all this. She submitted the letter. I didn't want her to do it. I'm like, fuck that, we out of here. But anyway, my mom and her sister convinced me, no. So they had my daughter write this letter, and then they said they're going to consider allowing her to stay in the school. So I went to this meeting with the principal, her daughters, token-ass black male teacher, who in the back of my mind, bam, he got us. My mom and my auntie, they come with all prayers and humbleness, and we've been knowing these people all these years. I know everybody in this room except for maybe this. So they come present, they kick my daughter out under the fucking premise of perception is reality, bro. That's what that should remind me of. Perception is reality is some of the fakest bullshit, real shit, slick shit that they can throw a flash to make you get to throw in your mind. And the whole thing was this. This is what I was so offended by. All the intelligent adults involved agreed that my daughter was no threat to this young lady. However, they all said that perception is reality, and the little girl perceived my daughter as a threat. And because she perceived my daughter as a threat, therefore the reality was, in this little girl's mind, she was a threat, and they had to remove her. I knew the politics of the race of the parents that represent this little girl. I knew the constituency of other parents that they represented, that had they not had their way, I can imagine the influence they had on other parents of pulling out of their school. I knew my children being there in no way rivaled what that interest was to the school at all. And even though they told me perception is reality and all that bullshit, really I under understand that they kicked my daughter out because on a business financial sense, it made more sense to cater to the parents that desired that versus the whole relationship that I've been having with this lady all these years. So I know when they'll tell you one thing right in your face and really, really telling you it's still America. This shit is still in place. 240, I appreciate your patience. You still there, homie? There it go again. I guess it ain't on y'all today. It just ain't meant to be. Either they can't hear me like we like them. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. It's on you.
I'm here.
It's on you.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's on you. It must be still a delay. Is it a delay? You can't hear me real time?
Well, just school system is messed up.
You right. In what
No, I'm on the East Coast.
Yeah, you can't hear me in real time. There's something wrong with this shit, man.
They sending 8-year-olds. They giving the 8-year-olds condoms.
What? What?
You know, so like I prefer a homeschooling.
They giving, wait a minute. You tell me they giving 8-year-old condoms. I can't hear you in real time. This shit making me mad. I don't know why it's doing that, bro.
Oh, you can hear me?
I can't hear you in real time. 914, can you hear me?
You want me to hang up and call back?
Yeah, hang up and call back, homie.
I can hear you.
Oh, 914, you can hear me in real time right now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, did you hear what that nigga just said?
I was going to try something else. I was going to try a hack. I was going to try to call and have on the YouTube, because I'm on my phone, so I was going to try to call, have the YouTube playing.
No, it don't
play in the phone.
No, it don't be.
Play in
It don't be on y'all.
It's connected.
It don't be on y'all for. It don't be on y'all for some reason. Every now and then I get into this situation where I can hear the caller, but the caller can't hear me. I don't know what it be. I think I just fixed it now. I don't know why he couldn't. Huh?
You know what you was talking about, though. Like, think about what you was talking about.
Oh yeah, there you go.
They don't want people talking about that type of stuff.
There you go. That might I be so humble. I never even assumed that, but you might be right. On my mama, you might be
They
right.
watch everybody. Like, some people would be like, "Oh, this person is mad known, or this person is less known, whatever." They try to make it seem like only certain people can listen to, but they listen to everybody. Because as long as you saying some shit that's for us, or have anything to do with dealing with our people, they're gonna be listening to it.
Okay.
Or they're gonna send somebody to listen.
Somebody named Sneaky Bastard said. Somebody named Sneaky Bastard say Joe Rogan didn't speak on the Buffalo incident. That was 2 years before the shooting. That's why I say I was leaving it open for the benefit of the doubt of the fact that, for one, it could have been old footage, and you know how the social media shit work. And I didn't think he would be that arrogant, that foolish, and that outright to be that, you know. But if that's the case, that makes a lot more sense, because that makes a lot more sense. I would love to know that that was a fact. So if that's true, I appreciate you putting us up on that, because that's what I assumed, like, in the first place. LAJ.
Spotted low. Top of it, homie.
Oh, tops of the tips. What's happening, man?
Just had to tap in with you, homie.
Hey, I
Show
appreciate
a little love to the panel. You did.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. We seem like we under attack in America as blacks, and it seems like nobody fights back. What's the facts?
Yeah, RIP to that youngster out there in San Bernardino that got smoked going to the hookah line.
At the gas station.
Perpetrating shit, trying to start from East West Street. That was just funny stuff.
720 area code.
Hello.
What's happening? What's happening, homie? Black Box Productions, man. We popping it.
Hey. Right on. Hey, I just want to say, I looked into administrative process. That means learning how to sue people. You don't need to be a lawyer to sue people. Y'all just need to sue people. You go after these people's pockets, they leave it the fuck alone. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Wait. In what scenario are you talking about going after their pockets?
Like in anything, like you said, you had the issue with your daughter. You know, everybody's got rights, but if you don't flex your rights,
you're right.
You don't get them.
You're right.
Go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing with you, and I'm just acknowledging the influence of the two ladies I told you that was in the room with me. I ain't gonna lie. I let they energy be the leader of the whole shit. I let they shit, man. I let that shit. Yeah.
It happens, but you know what? There's no time limit on no lawsuit either. You could always go back and say, on this day you did this, and you own me. Just go on the internet and Google. Some people I suggest is Tarhaka Armana Bay. There's a fake Tarhaka out there. But there's the one from Florida, Tahaka Armada Bay. He taught me how to sue people, how administrative process.
How you spell that?
Paperwork and everything.
How you spell that?
Tarhaka, Tarhaka. Armana, Armaana, and then last Bay, B-Y. He's got a lot of information on YouTube as it is. I'm pretty sure he's still around. I mean, he'll answer his phone. You can call him, and he'll break it down to you.
All right, man. I appreciate that information. On God, on my mama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cause
y'all stay cool out there.
Love one on God. Appreciate that. 240. What's happening?
Rest in peace, Nip.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace, Nip.
Yes, sir. Amen.
I was just I tapped in, but I think my thing was delayed because I'm on the East Coast.
Well, you clear now. It just be happening sometime, but
Okay, so I just wanted to say, as far as us as being black people, we need to do homeschooling.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, you the nigga talking about? Wait, you the nigga talking about that? You talking about the 8-year-olds with the condoms? Where's that at?
Yeah. They passing out condoms to 8-year-olds in the school system.
Man, you got to be kidding me, bro. I just got sick to my stomach.
Hey, man, I fuck with you, low. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with you, low. Come on, man. I ain't gonna bullshit you. My niece came home with the condoms in the backpack. Come on now. We need homeschooling. So the stuff the stuff that's going on is racism accordingly. You know what I'm saying? So, man, just.
But you know where that logic.
You
know where that logic of providing condoms in an environment where sex is not apparently or supposedly promoted. The only other place I know where they're practicing that logic is in a fucking man prison system.
Yeah. And they passing out Kool-Aid over there too.
But no, I'm saying if you get caught,
if
you get caught in a sexual act, it's a write-up. However, they have condom dispensers on the wall.
Think about what they're doing.
But listen to me. They have condom dispensers on the wall telling you that motherfuckers, the reason why they doing it is because even though it's against the rules, motherfuckers is doing it so much, and it's so much of a problem health-wise because you can't get nobody pregnant. So it ain't about abortions.
No.
It's about disease, nigga. It's about disease. It's so much disease running around that motherfucker because of sex. They providing condoms even though it's against the rules to have sex. What is the fucking motivation to give a group of 8-year-old condoms even though you're telling them to abstain? What is going on with these 8-year-olds?
Think about what they did in the past when they try to keep us from procreating more so they could dwindle our numbers down.
Wait, where is this? Wait. You know what? I can't let you just bump my head though, bro. What school is this? What city? What's the name of the school? Where is this happening, bro?
Hey, I'm in D.C., man. I'm Lucky Luciano.
Okay.
I hit you up. I'm BMF Lucci.
Damn. Wait.
Yeah, man.
Wait, nigga throw that BMF. Nigga throw that BMF on their name. You either really tied in or you a weirdo. So I'm gonna just trust you really tied in.
No, nigga, I'm tied in.
All right.
It's my nigga. Yeah.
All right, look.
I'm under umbrella.
Say less. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No bullshit.
No, say less.
But you know what I'm saying? I fuck with you hard, man.
That's
you know what I'm talking about?
That's
so
right.
I just had to come in and bless you with the information because I heard you talking about your daughter. I'm like, oh, like the school system messed up. Like when you go to the school system, it's people getting fucked in the gyms. It's people getting they having sex under the bleachers and shit now. Like you know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, we used to skip school to have sex with these women and shit like that. But it's happening in the school system now. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And the teachers touching these people. So, that's why I was talking about homeschooling.
Whoa, yeah, homeschooling.
And I brought up the thing with...
And I think a lot of people, the through the pandemic have realized how more doable homeschooling might be. But however, I think it's going to take a lot of people that are involved in a solid family structure to be that involved in child rearing to go that hard. And I don't think we have a lot of that system in place to where people going to go that route. I think by far, a lot of the next generation is going to be left to the education that's going to be provided by the curriculum. And it's going to, by far, by large, shape the new generation of society, bro. I mean, I'm not just surrendering and saying there's no hope.
Going to be able to win it.
But yeah, but I believe and I agree with you. For those that really are concerned and care, homeschooling would be a viable option if you can pull it off. But it's so difficult to pull off in today's current climate when there's not many two-parent homes where one is earning enough to allow the other one to fall back enough to provide a valuable enough curriculum that you can consider your child prepared for the world. You can't just keep them home and then don't get them ready for the world. You still, when you homeschool, you got to get cracking.
I don't mean to cut you off, Luke, but check this out. That's where we step in and we start our own thing, you know?
I agree.
And we actually
I agree.
You know, we benefit from the people that's actually, you know, that got the 401k and, you know, just had a baby. You know, they don't want them to go to public school and get in the fights and, you know, meet a nigga that ain't shit. You know what I mean?
No, but I agree with you that
like private,
you know private, I mean? I think we need to have more staff.
Like I'm in D.C. Like I'm in the heart of D.C. I can walk down to the White House and piss on that motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? Like they giving condoms out, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like what's going on?
Yeah, that's something.
Young generation is messed
younger
up.
generation is wilder.
Yeah, that's something.
And they got more control over their mind than they had over the younger people back in the days that they don't want to multiply. They ain't want people like Malcolm, all those type of radical people to multiply. They want the people that under their thumb to multiply. The people that listen.
Bro, you hit a hell of a. You made a hell of a point.
Hey, no. The people on top, they got the nuclear weapons. They got the nuclear weapons, and they ready to bomb some stuff, bro. Like they finna bomb y'all. And everybody just living their life. Yeah, we just over here kicking back, being boo. They got nuclear weapons. I'm telling y'all.
Who got nuclear weapons?
The powers, the world powers.
A lot of stuff over here.
No, he talking about the world powers in general.
Yeah.
Like,
we don't know.
Okay. The masses.
Yeah, they're just available, and he's saying motherfuckers is on edge, and you know, if you look at the grand scheme of things, I mean, it's not, you know, that far-fetched to rule out that a nuclear event could take place. Like, so many things happen that shock us. It can take place.
You talking about Putin?
Not just Putin. No,
Putin
he never. But that's the thing. But that's the thing. Look, it's no. But look. This the thing. It's such. But look, wait, hold on. Look, but look, no, wait, hold on. Hold on. The threat. The threat is so more probable than that. We'd be goofy to think Putin the one because he seemed like the most likely suspect. It's so much more capability worldwide. North Korea might be the one. China, you never know. Like. All this pre-announced war activity is one thing, but that surprise attack is a whole nother thing. That day you just wake up, anybody that was alive in 2011 on 9/11, 2001 9/11, bro.
Down here.
Remember waking up. Remember waking up. If you can remember the amount of shock that was involved in waking up that morning and seeing what happened. Just think, here it is, all these years later.
I was in high school.
So only thing I could think that could outdo that shock, bro. Bro, we done seen a lot of shit. Look. We done seen a lot of shit. We just seen it. Hold up. No, you can't cut me off. Hold on. Don't you mean you don't mean? Hold on. Goddamn. Don't force me. I'm trying to take over politely. Yeah. All the shit we done seen since then, including just what just happened in the grocery store. When you think about how things progress. You think about Hiroshima, bro. The only thing that could be more devastating in my mind is a nuclear event, and it has to be somewhere.
It's a nuclear event.
Yeah. You think all the nuclear bombs
And
that
they
have
think,
been?
they think it won't happen.
Yeah, you think they were created? All the ones that were created to never be used? Now, don't get tongue-tied.
Exactly. Hiroshima, and Nagasaki, Hiroshima. Okay.
And now it's 2022.
Every day, dude. Alex Jones every day. They say, hey, he's getting closer. It's getting closer every day. They're getting closer.
You say Alex Jones?
Yeah, no, I listen to Alex Jones every day. Like not like that way. Like I really listen to Alex Jones. Like before everybody was tripping.
I'm down here with the Freemasons and the Illuminati niggas. Like, come on, man.
We know.
Them folks don't.
We know, but no, I've seen something. I have to show y'all.
They scared of us. They scared of Crips, Bloods, and the people that really the street people. They scared of us. Trust me. They're
not scared of us in our current condition.
They're not really though, but really they're scared of us, but they ain't scared.
They're scared of our potential. They're scared of our potential. But just remember this phrase: got them right where we want them. They got their worst fear. They got them right where they want them, to where they're not as fearful as they should be or could be or would be if we were fully awake and aware of our potential and pushing and politicking appropriately according to the circumstances. We could really be on a movement, but we've been rocked to sleep. I'm not putting the blame and the fault on nobody. But when you've been rocked to sleep, my nigga, and you realize it, okay, it's one thing to start debating on how we got to sleep. It's a whole nother thing on figuring out how we going to collectively wake up. And I think we need to spend more time on figuring out what moves we need to make to be getting better versus getting upset and bitter about who did what to get us here. We got to fix this shit.
No, we got to definitely fix it.
We got to step up. We definitely got to stick up.
I want to take the moment to compare black on black crime to this shit that's going on. But in this sense right here, there's no way I can accept mentally the idea that there are so many documented events of just slaughter amongst one another. And then we can have events like Buffalo, events like that took place with Dylan Roof. And then none of the energy.
And nobody.
Yeah, it's like that's the part. That's the tweak, bro. That's the tweak.
Say I boom you down.
That's the tweak that fucks my head up, bro. That fucks my head up, bro.
But it's self-hate. It's generations we've been put through.
No, it's not self-hate.
We don't lie. We're not gonna sit up here and lie like we're not Jews. We're Jews.
What does that mean?
We Jews, bro. We Hebrew Israelites.
Look. That's way off the look. No, I'm not finna hold up. I'm not gonna hold up, homie. Look, that's so far off the subject. That's so far off the subject. That ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about. But hold on. I don't care what you saying right now, though. With all due respect. I'm trying to say something. That ain't got nothing to do with the fact the niggas that got the fucking sticks are willing to squeeze the triggers at anybody except the people that's squeezing them at us that don't look like us. Anything that look like us, the recklessness that's involved. All I'm doing is focusing on and observing the recklessness that is obviously present amongst us when it comes to this fucking.
But that's not happening though. Black people are robbing each other. Like black people robbing each other. Like what?
What's your? I recently got shot, my nigga. Like by a black person. That shit don't mean nothing. Like, of course, we envy people. You know what I'm saying? If you making more money than the average person, they envy you. They try to destroy you. They try to put you in a box. You see what I'm saying? But you're actually trying to benefit for the neighborhood.
But how
Like
do
me,
we?
I don't know
How
what
do
this
we?
is.
How do we?
I
How
give
do we
back to
move
my
the?
community,
But
my
yeah,
dude.
that's what I want to
do
hear.
community service
That's what I
and
want to hear.
everything.
That's
Like,
what I want to hear.
Like I'm under like OGs. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Where you
I
from?
Go to the actual
Where are you?
homeless shelter.
Where
I'm
are
in
you
DC,
from?
bro.
Where are you from?
Washington, D.C., 18th of Monroe, Northeast D.C. I do not play.
Okay.
I was a street dude, but I turned into a business person. So when I seen Cuzzo on here and he go live, y'all don't even know he's smarter than the average bear. He was on Jeopardy. I want to see one of you niggas get on Jeopardy and answer them questions.
Wheel of Fortune.
That's all I got.
I would love.
Wheel of Fortune.
I would. I would love to just take that
Yeah,
Jeopardy
but,
strike.
Man, I fuck with you, man.
Thank
with G-Unit, you know what I'm saying?
No, I appreciate that.
Try to do that bullshit. I'm with you.
I
Come
appreciate
on,
that.
nigga.
I appreciate
Like, come
that.
on. Hey,
No, I
come
appreciate
on,
that.
man.
I appreciate
this
that.
Lucky Luciano.
Okay, Luck. What's
Come
your area
on, man.
code, Luck?
I fuck with you.
What's your area code?
My 202.
All right,
202.
You didn't got.
I'm a Monroe All-Star.
Nah, you throwing me off. Your area code ain't 202. You calling from another area code right now.
Yeah, it's 240.
Okay,
That's my cell phone.
Okay, that's what we gonna do. I'm trying to. I got a gang of callers in the queue. You had a lot of airtime, so I'm gonna just bid you a farewell. Much love. I appreciate you, Lucky Luciano. BMF, Lucky. I know who you is now. Next time I hear your voice, hope I don't forget you. Much love, though. All right, we got the 901-213-205. And we got 213 callers in here, man. I don't know who the other homie was that was hogging up a bunch of the airtime, but I'm trying to find your area code, too, so I can isolate you. Hey, what's happening, y'all? 213-984. What's happening, real quick?
SPR, what's up, man?
Hey, you got it. We you know.
Nah, I'm just listening. Hey, this your folks, man.
I hear your voice. I hear your voice now. The Black Swan.
Yeah. I heard something that was, it was interesting. Y'all was chopping it up, so I was like, I just wanted to call in. But I'm gonna just keep listening. You know what I'm saying? I'm working out. You know what I'm saying? It's body and mind right now. You know what I'm saying?
Salute.
I got my mind with you, and I'm in here working on the body. So, I'm gonna just keep listening. If I, you know what I'm saying, hear something that motivate me to talk back, then I'm gonna speak up. But you know what I'm saying? I was checking it out, man. Y'all, y'all got.
You already know. You more than anybody know what I aim to do.
Oh, definitely, nigga. We Jews.
You know what I aim to do. Hey, Vicious V. Vicious V. Oh, damn. You loud and clear. I ain't never had to tell nobody to turn it down or what it do.
First off, Jesus, gratitude is the attitude. I hope y'all blessed over there. You know I'm blessed over here.
That's right. Likewise.
All right, I actually got one little subject I want to tap in, but when y'all was talking earlier, I kind of wanted to add to what you were saying. A lot of us as black people, I think the quote is, we woke, but we still in bed. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a good, analogy to say that. We woke, but we still in bed. We can change that. We can get up out the bed, you know what I'm saying, and make something happen for us with our people in our community. But this is what I wanted to tap into real quick. I actually wanted to just say something. So I seen the Joe Rogan segment and whatnot, and I was going back and forth with dealing with my children and whatnot, and I must say that I officially don't really fuck with Joe Rogan, mainly because of that little him making a mockery of the Buffalo incident and whatnot. Now at first,
some people,
I know a lot of people
they're saying now, they're saying
that
that clip is a few years old. It had nothing to do with that incident. That's what people have been putting in the chat quite a bit recently. So just add that into your thought. That's a possibility. It seemed to be more probable that he would be that much of a fool to just do that right now after what he just went through.
Right, exactly. And me seeing something like that, especially when at first I heard him making the little racial slurs, and I didn't know if it was him being racist or whatnot. But now him making a mockery of that Buffalo incident, I must say that I can't rock with that shit no more. Like that shit beyond disrespectful, especially with everything we as black people have been going through, and for you to make a mockery of some shit like that just because you got a platform.
He has ties. He has ties to Twitter. He has ties to Elon Musk and Twitter. So,
you ain't never lied.
Like,
but see, remember I said when they strung that compilation together, the N-word, it just gets evidence he's been a It seems like he's been a crusader for free speech, and he's utilized his right to say that word within what he considers the right context as a crusader. And when you just put his connection to Elon Musk and Twitter, and Elon Musk saying his whole interest in Twitter has to do with free speech, it just lends evidence to that's what he was doing. He knew what he was doing when he was saying the N-word. Every time he said it, he knew what he was doing. He knew.
Right. And that's what I'm talking about right there. Like, I think I failed to see that that's what he was really doing because I didn't understand the context of that video at first, and I ain't gonna front. I was trying to, see where all this was going, and, me being in the space I'm in, I'm like, well, I don't see what the hell he doing. But then after this video surfaced of him making a mockery of the whole incident with the Buffalo Massacre, it all ties in now, especially with what you said. So now I learned that that's not really
and let's not
someone
forget
I can really get down.
And let's not forget upon walking into a theater full of black patrons, he said it felt like we walked into the planet of the apes.
Exactly. That kind of just solidified it for me. So this is me going on record saying that I kind of failed at keeping it a Google with seeing what really going on, and now I get it. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make that statement. That's
your own general.
You feel me?
Turn on you.
You feel me?
You'll be fucked and just beat your ass, nigga. Like, no. You really playing the eight.
Hey, you feel me?
Yeah, I ain't with all that shit.
I think it's real. I think it's too easy. I think it's too easy for these obvious racist white folks to maintain a group of black friends. I think black friendship comes at too cheap a price, bro. Niggas will make every excuse for any and everybody, bro.
Yeah, that's literally, yeah.
Anybody live on the line ain't got a chance to speak their mind?
I'm on the line, man. I was just trying to listen to y'all. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's your area code?
My area code 205, man. What over?
What's happening? That's Alabama, ain't it?
Birmingham, Alabama. That's a fact. Yeah.
What port?
Yeah. Birmingham.
Okay. Shout out to the Bama boys. What's on your mind, loved one?
No, man. I was just listening to y'all. But listen about the nuke, man. You ain't got to worry about that, man. If they drop that, they gonna kill themselves and us.
But
that is a threat.
Let me tell you something. What I became aware of. One of the most coldest threats the white man ever made is, you ain't gonna do whatever it is over my dead body. So when shit gets so bad, he don't. I mean, blowing himself up is not outside of his realm of calculation, bro.
No. Listen, I'm aware of that, but he was using the other caller was using it as if they was gonna use it on us. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, I don't know. I know he was kind of laughing and sounding like it was only going to affect us, but I didn't take it. I didn't get that out of what he was saying. I think he was just saying, be aware that while y'all worried about this, that, and the other, that might be the play that need to be worried about. Y'all worried about everything. Just think about it, bro.
Hey, but you don't even know. You don't even know. We created the white man. We made the white man. Like, I've seen people in Africa. Like, dude, they really created a white baby with blonde hair, blue eyes, everything in Africa. You know what I mean?
Well, you know
Like,
what?
no.
Oh, wait,
We made the white man every
bro,
Chinese people.
bro. Do you know?
Bro.
There's a
No, you
there is
think they thinking in the back of their head, we some light skinned niggas.
no.
We gotta have to do this.
Listen to what you're saying, bro.
Summer,
I've become aware of a theory of. I shared it right here just a few days ago. I agree with you that we created him, them, it, whatever we want to call it. Not only did we create, not only did we create it. There's a theory that we created it by engaging in activity that we knew was forbidden and that we should not have been partaking in. And this was somewhat of a consequence when we began to produce that type of an image of us. We did not like it. And we shunned it away to an existence in a cave, even though it was technically offspring, family. We took the route instead of, because it was our responsibility for creating it, instead of keeping it amongst us and loving on it, we ostracized it to the caves. And then what we have seen happen since then is them cultivating into a culture and coming back commingling in a revengeful.
Well, it was Abraham. It was Abraham. Abraham.
Revengeful.
Abraham.
They've been revengeful.
Abraham.
This is revenge they've been exacting upon the original man because we veered from the original plan to some degree, created this species that lacked melanin, which is the most essential element to a human being dealing with everything that the natural environment can throw at them. Melanin is your number one element that can protect and provide all the essentials you need to coexist on this entire planet. So once there became a portion of our species that lacked that, we were ashamed of it and we did not accept it amongst us. And now that developed species has now taken the same way. Just think about it. Just think about what they say about artificial intelligence. Think about what they say the future of artificial intelligence could be. We develop it, or it's already developing at a pace so fast, so sophisticated, that it will be developed to a point where you can't handle it no more. It's the same concept about our non-melanated counterparts. We created them. We did them wrong. They have developed to a point where they're exacting revenge and it's out of control as far as our understanding. It's so many things to actually consider to finally figure out in your mind as a modern individual to believe, oh, I understand what happened. As much as we think we understand, there is that much more that we don't understand about the subject. But that's just my random ramble on those thoughts, y'all.
Can I speak on?
Please do.
Can I speak on?
Please do. Please do.
Okay, so somebody speak on somebody. So look, so it is a fact that they do come from us, right? It's from the black woman. The black woman has the mitochondrial gene. It's called the Eve gene. That gives her the ability to birth any race that you see on this earth. That's a fact. You can look it up. It's the Eve gene, the mitochondrial DNA. So, but we're not the same people, right? But we are these people, and God used us to create them. But we're not the same people. The mitochondrial DNA.
So you implicate some will of God that desired us. You say God utilized us to create them as if it was His will, versus the fact that we were created and somehow out of disobedience to what you would call God, we created them. That's like that's contradictory slightly to what I was sharing, because you're saying that God used us in order to do that as if it was His plan. And I was being taught, and I've been learning recently, that because we went contrary to the plan, we created and developed that a deficient segment of our existence. They lack our most essential element.
Okay. Listen. We sort of kind of there, but listen. I believe, like I said, the black woman, she birthed everybody, right?
Correct.
So you saying that we did some shit and then
We started having those. We started creating those type of us. Yes.
No. I don't think we.
No, you got wiped out. No, y'all got wiped out. And then it was a new Adam. There's a new Adam. There's a different Adam. There's a one Adam and two Adams.
What's your hey Adam? Hey, the dude talking about Adam.
Adam,
The dude talking about Adam. Hey homie talking about Adam. What's your area code? I'm gonna take a chance on you.
I'm saying that God made us, right? He used the black woman to make all these other people, right? And we did start fucking up. We fucked up. And we fucked up and we ain't listened to what he said. And he used them to beat our ass. That's basically what it is.
Now that's. But I don't look. This the only thing. This the hardest thing I have to accept with the port you throwing in that God used in order. Like I do not believe that God is arbitrarily involved in events that take place upon the planet. I am not excluding the concept of a God being involved. However, I believe that God's input was at the beginning of it all. If whatever God is created what we are doing, and it's been on a free roll ever since. I don't believe God is sitting up like with a fucking control pad arbitrarily affecting different events from day to day. I don't believe in that. I believe the God presence that we the God presence that we acknowledge. As we acknowledge it, I believe if at some point allow whatever we're going through as this experience as humans to be in place, and I believe it's just been in place ever since. I don't think God affects the way it goes up, down, in and out, from time to time.
I think it's already written.
I agree, to a certain degree. Whether it's planned out, I think everything as far as elements have been thrown into the life machine, and it's closed and it's working out. It's working out how it's working out. I don't think God is opening up the life machine, putting his hand in, stopping this, blocking that, making this go forward. He threw all the things. I didn't mean to say he. I don't even like to say God, the creator, the originator. It's such a deep concept to go back to whatever.
There's aspects of both.
Yeah, I think there may be. I don't agree there are aspects of both, because once you say there's aspects of both, I think you have to acknowledge a very unfair character trait in this all-loving, fair God that we've been told or sold about. We definitely have to throw that God out. If it's this God that loves everybody and shows up right on time and will never leave you or forsake you, that God is not. I don't know. I don't accept that concept of whatever God is.
Listen, you're exactly right. God don't love you.
That's the religious stuff.
That's Old Testament. That's Old Testament.
But it's all man crafted. It's man crafted. That's the God. Look. We believe that the concept of God is God has supposedly created all things. But the God that we speak about, man created this God. We have given all these attributes to God that God has never claimed for itself. Everything we draw from is from literature, ancient literature, whether it's Quran, Bible, or any other text. We get these concepts of a God that human beings have expressed. Not many people are taking their concept of this God directly from their inner spirit without any other human input, which is a more natural connection to your creator minus a conduit. Anytime you putting something in between that, and that's why we're in a civilization versus a real life experience upon the face of earth. You are so right. There's so much concrete.
Have you thought about? Have you thought about this? Have you thought about this? Because somebody told me something, like a black person told me about this. He said, "Hey, We've been existing longer before God. We are the pieces in the puzzle. Have you ever thought about that? Like we are in the we are the
See,
pieces
the
of the
thing is
puzzle.
this. The thing is this. That makes so much.
We're the pieces
Wait,
of
hold
the
on,
puzzle that
hold
makes
on.
up
That
Jesus.
makes so much sense in the far of provoking thought. Wait. Just in the sense of provoking thought, because that's my concept. I acknowledge that the higher probability is that our existence was created. However, this concept of a God was created by men. Even if men were created by a higher power, the fact that that higher power has been named God, and we've given it all these attributes, called it a he, and put all this story together, humans created that story. The creator, whether it's God or not, never claimed to be God and said anything to us that we can actually document. Everything that we hold dear to our souls as a concept of God has been given to us from other human beings. That's what we fail to realize.
So you speaking on the Bible?
I mean, the Bible is the most, but
vibration.
not only the Bible, but not only the Bible, but the hieroglyphics, the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Holy Quran, every ancient literature that you can refer to was written by human beings. All of it.
But it's only one of those things that you mentioned that dates way before people, like before us, and that's the Dead Sea Scrolls.
No, none of those scrolls are even claimed to be written by anyone other than humans. Before the scrolls, there were hieroglyphics. We already predate the scrolls. Once we include the hieroglyphics, we already
Not the Book of Enoch. Not the Book of Enoch. The Book of Enoch.
Enoch was a human.
Book of Enoch.
Enoch was. Irregardless, it was. All of it was written by humans. That's the point. The point we established, it was all written by humans. That's what you're missing. Human.
Listen. You exactly right. The Book of Enoch, thorough. That shit thorough.
It's still, whether it's thorough or not, it's a thorough book that humans wrote.
Listen.
No, the Book of Enoch is thorough. No, the Book of Enoch is thorough, bro.
Wait. You can't. Wait. No, we're not gonna have. Wait. We can't. You can't have the conversation. Wait. No. Look. Feeling thorough is a feeling. So we facts over feelings. We gotta start with the facts. Whether you feel like it's thorough, you gotta start with the fact that it's a thorough book written by human beings. Let's establish the fact first, then say whatever you want to say about it. But you're not going to be able to push your rhetoric if you're not going to accept the first fact.
No.
No, we're not going to start at thorough. We're going to start at who wrote this thorough book. It was written by whom?
Okay.
I saw him my own eyes. I seen giants.
No, I didn't ask you. You're skipping the question, so you're not going to answer the question. So you're not going to answer the question.
Comprehend? How am I supposed to comprehend humans if I see a giant mound?
You saw somebody write the book.
Oh, okay.
You never saw anybody. You never saw anybody write the book of Enoch.
No, the Book of Enoch.
Please speak. Go ahead, please.
You know how I know the Book of Enoch is real? Because he say, my name Michael. My name ain't Michael, nigga. I'm Michael. Nigga, I seen Jesus when I was a child.
Let me speak right quick.
Yep. Go ahead. Go ahead. It's on you.
So listen. Listen, me and you agree that the Bible was written by humans.
Yeah.
We agree.
Yeah.
So what would be the problem? What's the problem with that?
Because the fact that we paying attention to a book written by humans that claims to be inspired by our creator, that claims that the creator... Can I answer the question or not, sir? Can I answer the question? How you going to ask me a question and while I try to answer, you start talking?
Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I don't understand the purpose of you asking the question if you're not trying to hear the answer.
I'm trying to get an answer. You're right.
All right.
You're right. Go ahead.
That threw me off. Now, can you re-ask the question again, please?
'Cause I forgot.
I'm saying I agree that the Bible was written by the prophets. They wrote it down. God told it, they wrote it down. I agree that our God is a human and the prophets were human.
All right. So you're saying, so what? What does that matter?
So what's the problem?
Okay, this is the problem. This is the problem. This is the problem with that. On one level, there are many problems with that, but on one level, the whole world watched what happened to the neighborhood nip, the Keyway Christ, on camera, and yet and still, it happened real time on camera. In our current modern times, there are dozens and dozens and dozens of theories and stories of what happened. It was just a few years ago. And society already doesn't agree on the events associated with his death. Imagine what it's going to be like thousands of years in the future. And now take your mind to thousands of years in the back and take a story that was not originally written in our language. And just think about this. While you're discussing this subject, be fully aware that the practice of translating religious material from one language to the other, there have been rules in place for eons. And one of the number one rules is you do not translate proper names. So if you're going from Hebrew to Greek or Hebrew to English, if the name was Uwa in Greek, and you're changing every other word in the text, you are supposed to maintain the same name. Now, when you get to the concept of a Jesus, that word does not exist in any of the ancient texts that the Bible were derived from. So on one issue, if you just think that you're going to live in 2022 and take your perspective of a living God, that Bible claims that the God is a living God that doesn't change from yesterday, today, and tomorrow. He's no respective of person. He doesn't look on the outside. He speaks to the heart. If I'm talking to a live God right now about my life and my implications and my future directly, what the fuck do I need? Not only the nigga sitting next to me, the nigga sitting behind me. What do I need some niggas that live? What do I need somebody who lived 1,000 years ago to tell me about a motherfucker that I had a personal communication with right now? If that same book tells me I could come to the altar, open my heart, and God will commune with me one-on-one, why do I need to know what God told you?
No, you don't need to know.
Exactly. So why do I need to even think about the authenticity of a book of people who lived eons before I was in existence, who claim to be in contact with the same living God I have available to me? Okay, y'all know him. I knew him too. Thank you.
You do know him.
You're not answering my question. What do I need their account of their experience with him for? If he's moving in my life, guess what? The best way for me to miss out on the power that God can move in my life is me focusing on studying on what he did thousands of years ago with some other motherfuckers. Now I can't get and focus on what the plan is for my shit. Because I'm going in circles, arguing and debating and thinking I realize what the plan is, and all I'm doing is studying what some man wrote down that God did for them or what somebody else, what God said through them. That's all you're reading.
Okay.
As ancient as the fucking technology of a book is going to be soon, compare that to the fucking passion that is supposedly connected with the book, the Bible, and your whole experience with God. They made a mistake and fashioned and marketed so closely attached to this book. Now, guess what? Books are going to be old technology, like CDs. They're going to be like fucking cassette tapes. They attached it to the book so much, it's obvious that the creator of everything, after everything has been in motion, since no matter if it was the big boom or it was the biblical creation story, what has been created new in our environment under the sun, other than God supposedly along the way saying, I need to write a book, or I need to inspire a book, I need to co-author a book, I need to create or motivate a bunch of human beings to make a book on my behalf. He didn't make nothing else except a book after he made creation. Everything else has already been here. And only out of everything, he said, let me make this confusing ass book in order for people to live their life by and give them the concept of eternal damnation or eternal life based on their understanding and acceptance of the principles in this book. That the sophisticated God that created all this, the only thing he decided to include after creation somewhere down the line was that book. That makes sense to you?
Okay.
Nah,
All right,
it's supposed to be
let me
updated all
respond.
the time.
Let me respond, man. Let
Go
me
ahead.
respond.
Go ahead, because I know I said a lot, so go ahead.
Okay, so first of all, the Bible, we got to know what the Bible is.
It's a book that it's a compilation of it's not even a book. The Bible is a compilation of writings by a lot of different people that never met each other, that were not writing for the same reason. Some of it is letters. When you think about Ephesians, Galatians, Corinthians, Colossians, all those are places. They're a group of peoples, and those are letters that the authors wrote to those people. So just think about this. When you sitting in the church and your preacher say, turn to Corinthians such and such, verse 1, search. I'm going to wait till you get there. And when you open it up and it says, be ye so-and-so, because God so wobble, bam, bam. And that's what the Lord told you. You see what God told you? And you get caught up in your heart like, damn, that's what God told me. You don't even realize if you just look up the page at the top, that motherfucker say, Paul's letter to the Ephesians. This was Paul writing to a small group of people, my nigga, that lived so long ago, supposedly. They're not even definitely confirmed factual people that actually existed. There are so. Go ahead.
Can I respond?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Hell no.
If you're gonna make
Bible,
sense, I'm gonna stop you every time it stop making sense. Go ahead.
I'm for sure make sense. I wouldn't speak if I didn't make sense. Okay.
Go.
Right. You saying that they didn't know each other is not true first, right? So the Bible is only a
Moses did not know Paul. Moses did not know Paul. Neither Moses nor Paul agreed to participate in writing a Bible. When the Bible was compiled, it was compiled utilizing a large number of other historical and religious literal writings from that time and historic times. The books that finally were decided to be included in what the world accepts is God's holy Bible are not the 66 books that they had to choose from. There were hundreds of books. Human beings decided which books would be left in and which books would be left out. During the time that they actually came up with the most accepted version, which is the King James Version, let's not even get into the character of King James, there were not only long nights of arguments, debates based on which parts of the literature they would include, there were also fist fights involved in the people, including Shakespeare, that were involved in this compilation. Right. This a compilation of a multitude of different writers that lived at different times, and these human beings under the fucking guides of King fucking James, a pedophile. I'll say that. And he has a long list of other things. The most accepted version is the King James Version. Even the versions that we utilize in Protestant American that are not King James are versions of the King James Version. They utilize the King James Version and they break it down to make the NIV and the other ones. However, all that, I say all that to say this. These human beings decided that, hey, this is the word of God. Then they're the ones that wrote in the scripture that you guys always quote, all scripture is given by inspiration, da, da, da. Humans wrote that shit. And y'all quote it like that's the evidence. That y'all quote that scripture like that's they quote that scripture. They quote that, and you're gonna quote the word of mouth of those scrolls when right now we can't even get the story together what happened to Nipsey right before our eyes. How the fuck you got so much faith in the word of mouth from them years down and it's been transferred in different languages? The whole world watched the Nipsey murder in real time and we still can't get one story.
Okay, Brad. Can I
You wrote
respond?
that book for the
You won't
poor
let me get it off,
to
bro.
have some
Because
type
you
of
know why I
Hold
can't
up,
let you
y'all
get it off?
cutting them
Because
off,
you don't
man.
understand why I can't let you get it off,
Stop
sir.
cutting my man off.
I'm
man.
gonna continue to cut him
Bro.
off, and he's here to be
Okay,
cut off.
listen.
The spirit.
All that
Wait,
you
hold
said-
on. I'm not
listen,
listening.
all
No,
that
no.
you-
Look, only reason I'm not
Okay.
listening because I'm being very respectful, and I wanted to give you opportunity. But the spirit is making me aware that you are speaking the same rhetoric that I am attempting to break in the chains of my brain of my people from. You are keep directing them to some shit that's been written and utilized to keep them enslaved. Even if you do believe we Hebrew Israelites and the Bible has some implication, we are on gravy. We are spiritually on gravy right now.
Respectfully,
We don't need look, bro, look. You don't need you need no spiritual experience, no spiritual experience that can be any way considered academic. Okay, well I want to preach. I don't want to listen. Any experience spiritually that can be equated to an academic experience is irrelevant. If your level,
I don't know what you mean by academic.
then listen and learn. If your level of understanding of your spiritual experience is at any way affected by your level of intellect, then it takes all the fucking validity out the Bible. What I'm saying is the person that's slow as fuck, God, I'm not being disrespectful, that has all the mental challenges in the world.
Nah, man,
my little brother Derek, he's cerebral and he has a fucking schizophrenia. What I'm saying is the God that's described by the people that preach what you preach, that he has just as much understanding of God as the fucker that can graduate from the biggest colleges. But every time you go to try to explain why God is real, it takes a fucking rocket scientist dummy to believe and accept the shit that y'all say. You don't realize I am actively involved in a personal mission entitled Let My People Go. And you wonder why I cut you off. What Let My People Go means is this. I was raised under the Bible teaching. I was raised as a Protestant. I was raised in private school. I was raised to be a preacher, right?
Protestant has nothing to do with the Bible. Protestants ain't got shit to do with the Bible.
You distant.
You just want to argue. You just want to argue. You just want to argue because Protestant, the whole Protestant has everything to do with the Bible, sir.
Man.
I'm trying to tell you.
Can I say something real quick?
What's wrong with you, man?
Who is that said, can they say something?
You.
Spider.
Yeah. Yeah, whoever asked, hey, wait, hold on. Hey, I appreciate you for checking him, homie, but who said that? Spider, can I say something? Sure you can. You politely requested to. What's up, Vicious? Speak something.
Bro, respect life. You said I say something, you ain't let me say nothing yet.
What's your number? What's your area code?
Go ahead, my brother.
What's your area code?
Every time I begin to say something, you went on your rant.
Oh yeah, look. What's your area code? Because I already realized. All right, look. All right, y'all. I'm gonna let him speak, but I promise I don't want to hear that shit. But I'm gonna let you say what you got to say.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Listen, this is all I want to say.
Nobody interrupt.
This is all I want to say. Correct. The Bible is written by humans. God gave it to them. They wrote it down. All the Bible is a book of laws that his people supposed to keep. And the laws are nothing outside of the realm of a moral motherfucker would keep.
So am I allowed to? All right. Look. Okay. Look. This is shit. You said. Humans wrote them. You just said. I'm not allowing you. No. Look. You just said. Humans wrote it. And then you said real quick, God gave it to him. I call bullshit right there. I can't. Says who?
Yeah.
Who says who?
Hold on, let me tap in.
Says who? Who says God gave it to him?
Kinfolk.
Go ahead.
Are you trolling? Are you trolling? Like, you know what I'm saying? This is a serious matter. Are you trolling?
Y'all, bro. We can have a better, decent conversation.
Yeah, but are you trolling? Because your stuff don't make sense.
I just muted him. What's your area code, homie? I appreciate you where you come in so smooth. So what's your area code?
You, the nigga that just, you.
It's me.
What's your area code?
Yeah, this Lucci.
Oh, Lucci. Hey, I'm glad you hung around.
Lucci.
Hey, Lucci, he was on some bullshit, man.
224.
These niggas coming here on these crusades trying to preach they fucking doctrine. We not interested in that. All he's doing is repeating other humans.
They trolling, man. Stop it, bro.
You think he trolling?
Like we come from something different.
I think he really believe and think that shit is bullshit what he talking about, man. And I'm not here to knock nobody religious belief. I understand, and I'm sensitive to the fact that
I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian,
and I don't knock that.
Mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I'm a Christian.
Go ahead.
So I'm a Christian. So what he's talking is like some other stuff. Like, you know, we come from different backgrounds. Yeah, like we come from different backgrounds. So I don't know if he an atheist or what. Like,
no, he's not an atheist.
What are you talking about?
No, he was an Israelite. He was a black Israelite.
Scripture.
He was a black.
Scripture.
But no, this is what happens. This is what happens, bro. This is what happened, Luke. Hey, look, Luke. This is what happens. I promise you, this is what I believe. I believe we have a spirituality amongst us that is premier we have something amongst us, and I understand this. I believe we've been taught all these religions in order to no longer to have a connection with this spiritual. We have a spiritual fucking connection that is of leadership. What better way to stop us from being in touch with that energy than to make doctrines from thousands of years ago, and every time somebody with that spiritual desire goes to investigate, we provide them with the script. They don't have to get it from this living live energy that supposedly taught these people like Moses and everybody. We already got it fixed up for you. It's almost like this. Just think about it. If you wanted to have a steak at one point, you had to go out with a spear or a gun or a knife, kill a fucking cow, cook it, prepare it, and have it. That's how you eat meat. Now, you can just go to the grocery store and get what you want. Go to a restaurant.
It's called hunter-gatherer.
And listen, but just think about it this. When we are a culture of spiritual people that have a natural inclination to have a desire and tap into our creator, but we have a society, once we have that interest, they give us pre-boxed packages of what we're hunting for. Instead of us having to go out in the wild and get our own feed, you're a spiritual person. Here we go. We got all kind of varieties of spirituality for you. And here we are. We get settled in some of these pockets somewhere, and we no longer have an organic, progressive, positive experience that cannot be explained. It's no longer supernatural. It's prepackaged, and we accept that as our realm of spirituality. And I don't believe in it no more.
It's not organic.
It's not.
Hey, OG, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, Vicious.
Hey, Loke, that's called right knowledge that you just said right there, Loke. That's right knowledge that you just said, homie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that's why I refuse to tap in to any of the structured religion that any human being has established, because what they all say underneath is that everyone is equal and God does not esteem one human being over the other. If everybody can agree on that one point, I can agree on the fact that, and they also say this, your experience with God is a personal relationship. Guess what? Once you tell me those two fundamental factors, that excludes everyone else out. I don't care about nobody's perspective, no one's. And I've realized that only the people that are that in tuned into their creator even make the book. Just think about it. Abraham. He's a hero in the book, but at some point, he has everybody convinced that God, that wrote the commandments with his finger, according to the book that said thou shalt not kill, told him to take his only son that was promised to be his offspring for the generations to come. That God told him to take him up on a hill and kill him.
Yeah, sacrifice him.
So I'm just saying, like, if you don't have the fucking boldness to say some shit about God that nobody agrees with, how do you make the book?
The book has been written over and over. Well, we gave that.
But every time, every hero, almost all the heroes in the books, bro. Every hero in the book is somebody, according to the book, that was bold enough to say, I had this experience with God, and it applies to everybody. Moses, according to the book, went up on a mountain. It was just him by himself. He seen God face to face and got some 10 commandments that was written on God's finger with stone. He came back and showed everybody this is what God said. Guess what? It's years and thousands of years later, and people believe that just because Moses apparently said so.
Okay, like I don't believe that.
Let Vicious V speak. Go ahead, Vicious V. You've been so patient, bro. Hold on. Let the homie speak because he been in it holding on silent forever.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this here now on my background. As you already know, I told you before, I'm a non-denominational Christian, which I don't go by any man-made domination like Baptist, Mormon, whatnot, all that. So I look at the Bible more so as guidelines for my life. Nothing was never promised to be easy, and the way things going on in this world, I'm not going to ignore, even with my spiritual belief, I'm not going to ignore that, the things that happen to us as black people are wrong. I'm not going to ignore that. Also in there, nowhere in there says that, I can't carry a weapon to protect my own life, though. I just can't live by, wanting to shoot at people, yada, yada, whoop, whoop, or whatever, and that wrong ain't going to come back on me. So to me, I use it as guidelines for a better life. It was never promised to be a perfect life, but it's guidelines to have a fairly decent life. Like in my experiences with, the Holy Creator, whatever, are my experiences and my experiences only. What the message I get, whatever my walk is, it's not going to be the same as yours. It could be different. Well, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be different. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know what the homie was talking about. I don't know where he was getting at, but I feel like people like him are the reason why a lot of black people feel that type of way about religion, because religion, it almost sounds like a set of rules and guidelines. Like you gotta go by this, go by this.
I tend to conclude that's a lot of the cause of the chaos and confusion is that people are trying to get their directions and connection to God through other people. If you look at the cosmos, the stars, the animal kingdom, they don't refer to one another to get their directions. I think the chaos causes when humans are looking at humans to get their play from the creator versus going with the direct, whatever that might be, the direct message from the creator. Yeah. And now that we trying to go by
whatever they can get it from.
But no, we
can I say something, Lo?
Please, go ahead. I'm trying to share the floor.
Let me give you.
You got the floor, brother.
What's up? I just gotta say what's up.
What's up? It's the deal, love one.
And East Coast, man, 11-8, man. Look, I love you, Loke, man. You
much respect.
You would Loke, I gotta let you know what you're doing right now. I know you. I know you can feel it, but you a DNA exploder, cuz. That's what's going on, and you said it at the beginning. I don't know if you caught yourself. What you doing, you laying it out. All you doing is giving the play-by-play and showing us the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And see who sees.
Flowers.
You feel me?
Give my man this flower.
Let's go. You know what I'm saying? And I know what I'm saying because it's DNA expansion time. We waking up. Everybody, so now it's like who's falling in line, but it's about the real shit and the bullshit. All that was the distraction, because all that was a distraction, because while your whole point about all these religions, man-made God and all this, and who said whoopie-whoop, and it took us off track when we was unified. And see, in ancient Tamaray, which they call ancient Egypt, ancient Egypt, and Kemet, everything dealt with nature, earth, wind, fire.
Don't forget knowledge.
Sun, Ra.
Don't forget knowledge.
The creator in the hieroglyphics or the metanetro, we say pa poet, which means the all expanded. See, it's quantum physics on the first pyramid.
Stop interrupting him, homie. Let him speak. Go ahead.
The first pyramid in Saqqara, right, built by Imhotep, who was the father of medicine technology. When the Greeks came in, Socrates, all them. The gays and the pedophiles came in and took all the knowledge. The Unas pyramid text, they got the Unas pyramid text in the Saqqara pyramid, right? And that first Unas pyramid text, the whole Big Bang, the quantum physics, quantum physics is in that first Unas pyramid text. We've been had this knowledge. You feel me? But we see the creator as all as in all. Papuet. We are all connected. We used to be able to talk to the animals and the plants. They cut us off because of ego. When we thought we was bigger or better or different than them, we rule, we run shit. They cut us off. We tapped into everything. You feel me? So that was my point. Being is that was the point that we was making. But let me ask you this: is paper money real?
Not at all.
Is money real?
Not
exactly.
at all.
Now, think about reality. What's real? Reality.
Mm-hmm.
A tree is real. Tree comes from nature.
Right.
These Federal Reserve notes is really trees chemically use artificial, something unreal process, which is a process unreal, to create this federal money that we fighting and dying over. Now look here, that whole distraction that old boy did earlier, the topic was, what you was building on earlier was just like you got white boys fully body armor taking out our people. And what are we gonna do as men? Fuck all that, cuz what's up with that? Cuz let's get on that. You feel me?
It'll be one thing to see
all
that.
All that other stuff is a distraction.
It'll be one thing.
That's going on in real time.
It'll be one thing.
I'm just saying. Hold on. I'm just saying we can the point that the locals making that we can debate. We've been in bondage here for 400 or 500 years. And we can go back to past 2,000 years, 3,000 years, all these stuff. In real time, this white boy that ran up on us and he walking away, he probably got Red Lobster, whatever, he kicking it, chilling, fully balled. And we debating still about who is God, what is God, Jesus and all that, when we need to just, and my whole point is, it's about going within. The journey is within. We gonna fight this by being better. We not fighting. All of us that's in tune with the Loke and his channel and the energy that he sending off into the cosmos. Yeah, we gonna be better men in our lives and our families' lives, our mothers' lives, our children's lives, and our communities and everything we doing. And we about to get this turned up. So now we can get back to that energy. Cause our fathers is dying, man. I'm losing family members, my uncles and stuff like that. That manhood, we got to get back to the masculinity.
You're right. You're 100% right.
I want to say this on your show, Lo. I agree. Look, I want to say this on your show, Lo, and hopefully you'll back me and you could be a part of it. And everybody here, I want to start an organization called the UBMMA. The
What's that called?
BMMA stands for United Black Masculine Male Association.
I'm fucking with that.
Well, I'm down with it.
Say that one more time.
What up, huh?
I'm down with it.
The United Black Masculine Male Association.
What up?
It's a whole fight. We everybody tiptoeing and tapping. We know it's a war on black masculinity. So let's stop pussing around and fucking around. And you got all these gay organizations. They got the lot, and they being back and whenever. So let's start our shit. And we not tripping on them. I love gay people.
Can I cut you off for a second?
So let's exemplify black masculinity and let's be unified in our strength. So we standing on black. So whenever one of our black brothers get in trouble, we got his back.
I'm with that.
So George Floyd brother just followed me. You know what I'm saying? So I was into that. I'm my family Black Panthers. You know what I'm saying? We all over the world. So I can vouch for that. I'm down with that shit.
I'm with that shit too.
And I'm gonna disappear.
What's your area code?
My area code?
What's your area code? Who said you gonna disappear?
I'm Lucci.
What's your area code, nigga?
My area code is 7770.
No, I told Lucci. What's your area code?
240. Okay,
Lucci, you done had more time than everybody. Much love, my nigga. I say, what's the area code? He keeps saying I'm Lucci, Lucky Lano, BMF, my nigga. I know you my nigga, but when I
Hey,
ask you
Lo.
your area code, don't
Lo,
tell me
can I
your
say one
name.
more thing, homie?
Please do, please do, please do.
Hey, cuz you from the Sud, you represent my community. You getting what's called 720. You on your 720 right now. You know what that is, cuz?
It sound I know 720 is twice 360, so I don't know nothing beyond
Yeah.
that.
What I told my homies, when my master teacher, I was taught. I came from the community in the late '80s, homie, and I moved to New York and then Virginia. When I went back to the streets, I taught my homies, all right, see, y'all done mastered 360 degrees of negativity. Meaning when it comes to doing negativity, killing, stealing, robbing, slanging, banging, whatever, y'all done master that. You feel me? So you know how street now, you know what I'm saying? You the god of that. You the 360 of that. Now you on your spiritual journey. You know what I'm saying? You getting that other 360, cuz. You feel me? So the way, that's when you go from an understanding to overstanding. So you like the DJ, you can mix master, you can freak it, you can cut, you can go between your legs. And that's what we see you doing, cuz.
All the elements.
I'm so proud of you, cuz, because you represent the community so beautifully, man. You know what I'm saying? You can exercise both sides. Don't get it twisted over here.
Man,
you can go back. You know what I'm saying? You got the knowledge, you got the right knowledge, the right wisdom, and the right overstanding. If you need to bang out, you need to bang out. It ain't no, but you're going to use that mind mental to decide when it's time. You feel me?
Hey,
Other than that, we build.
You just provided a whole lot of.
It's about love.
You just provided a lot of personal perspective of my own experience, man. I appreciate you just lacing me up on what I've been going through for a while. I really can visualize what you're saying. Yeah. That's what I'm going through. Thank you, because I didn't really.
You rep and bigger than that, and that's why I brought up that organization that we needed to start it, because more importantly, you representing fucking black masculinity, my nigga, to the fucking fullest. It's testosterone over here, and the whole world is against us, cause it's only us. The whole world is against us right now. You know what I'm saying? If you try to say something
they want to bow that out.
Do something about testosterone.
They want to bow that all the way down. They want to bow that all the way down, bro.
Hey, look, because I'm over here on the East Coast right now, and I'm from the hood. I'm from the projects, man. I'm from Watts. I grew up Jordan down, then I moved to my granny house on 118th of Wadsworth. I'm from the community. I've been on the East Coast since the 80s.
Right.
I'm over here peeping shit, and I'm like, look, niggas are saying pause and all that gay shit. That means that this whole gay agenda has you powering down. That takes estrogen for you to say that shit. Pause. Fuck all that shit. Tookie, I know Chico, G-Man, motherfucking Little James. When I was a little kid running around in the parks, niggas,
are you Belizean?
My fucking Uncle Rosario, my daddy.
Are you Belizean?
Because these
are you Belizean?
Masculinity.
Are you Belizean?
You said what?
Are you Belizean?
For me?
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm
born and raised from the. I'm born and raised from the city.
I'm listening.
St. Francis Hospital.
I'm listening.
But I'm saying, as far as that masculinity, my uncle just passed in February. His name is O.G. Bobby Baker from out the Nickerson. My big mama was from out the Nickerson.
Rest
Shout
in
out
peace.
to my cousin.
Rest in peace to your peoples.
And you know what I'm saying? But he was part of the world famous group called the Coasters. Now most people never heard of the Coasters, but they probably got two of the biggest records in the history of music of worldkind. One of them, I part of the hook went yakety yak, don't talk back. You remember that record?
Yep. That was a real popular little riff. That's a real popular riff.
That's when that song's been copied, cartoons, movies, TV skits, commercials. The second song was Love Potion Number 9.
Yeah, my daddy played that.
That's another world famous song.
They went. Wait. Did they? They must have went to. Did they go to Markham and Jordan?
Who, my uncle?
Them singers, whoever sang in them groups.
I'm not. Oh, the Coasters. I'm not sure. That's from like the 50s and the 60s.
Okay.
But my point is being, I'm saying, I know you got the same type of love on the men and everybody that's connected to your energy, cuz, whether you from the South, New York, the Midwest, whatever, and I'm saying that level of testosterone is dying out. My uncle just transitioned. I'm pretty sure y'all got loved ones that's transitioned or,
two
you know
uncles
what I'm
this
saying,
year.
or elders, you know what I'm
Two
saying?
uncles this year.
And we need to start getting these nonprofits going in our communities and grabbing these babies while they're young. Even I tell people since I've been on the East Coast,
Junior.
look, yeah, all this shit.
I'm listening.
We need to get back and start these little nonprofits and rites of passages and get to these babies, so they can't turn them into gays and trans and all this whole agenda, and then send them to the prison, the pipeline.
Come here. I'm gonna show
agenda.
y'all. I'm
You know
gonna
what
show
I'm saying?
y'all. I'm gonna show
You know what
y'all.
I'm saying?
I'm gonna show y'all
Agenda.
some of
You know what I'm saying?
this some of the masculinity I'm breeding into the system. Just you can't see what you. Let me show you what you're looking like. Just show them what's up. Yeah, now come a little closer. I get over here on my shoulder right here. Let them see. Yeah. This my junior right here. The conversation just happened to develop into the lack of masculinity present in current society, the attack on black masculinity, and the caller was just speaking on our responsibility to try to preserve it. And you just came to mind since you happen to be here today, and I just wanted to show them a portion of my input to the future of black masculinity. You feel me? All right.
Shout out, Phil. Give thanks. Shout out. All praises due to you, man.
Amen. Yeah. But yeah, I feel you, my nigga. He got two little brothers, and they got a brother that was my daughter's brother before. We got a squad. I feel you, and I think as big as we want to make a big effect, we got to make sure we do everything we can, each small step of the way, to affect that change. We're gonna lose some of the battles into trying to win this war. We got to accept that too.
Yeah, no doubt. But I just want to give you your props, man, and your praises, man, and lift you up like the, you know what I'm saying? And that's that God shit. You are God. I tell Christians in John chapter 10, Jesus says, "Is it written in your law, say, ye are God?" Goes back to Psalm 82, verse 6. Ye are God, but all of you the children of the Most High. God stands in the congregation of the gods and judges amongst the mighty. See, we all gods. But see, when Luke spoke earlier, he went to the Most High God. It's just like how me and my niggas, when we rap, all my niggas crazy. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes one nigga just is so like, damn, this nigga is like, yo, just like Jordan or my nigga Bubba Chuck, AI. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I feel you.
You know, you feel me?
No,
So it's like right now I'm saying just that masculine energy and like even like, you know, how you speak, like you ain't gotta, and then have motherfuckers try to press your buttons. Nah, nigga, you got the remote. You feel me? You don't even let it go down like that. You know what I'm saying? And all these other platforms, all these, you know, everything else, whatever else is kicking off in the cosmos, cause like I'm saying, your children, your sons, they got a great father, man. They got a God. You know what I'm saying? And you are that to the community.
Amen to that.
Like all the gang banging. I be telling people tripping, even like when Death Row was kicking it and all that in the 90s. I'm here in Virginia, New York. I'm like, yo, I'm from the East Side. I'm from what? Like, nah, they like shit. I'm like tripping. I'm like, LA is majority Crips. I'm calling back home. I'm like to my cousins. I'm like, what's going on? Oh,
hey, it's like that to this day. It's like that to this day. It ain't never been nobody from that got that seat. It never has happened.
And then I'm letting them know that all the shit that's going on in gangster rap, what y'all done seen, all the movies, the Boys in the Hood, man. I said, when I lived as a child, still no one is talking about it. So that's how crazy our life was. We was desensitized. Like, I be telling people, when I look back at it now, growing up in South Central and Watson shit, homie, and Compton, like, that was like living in Nazi Germany in the 1930s, cause like, I'm telling people, like, even in New York, you know, props to New York, loved one, but they was building, they had knowledge of self and all this stuff going on. Like, I'm telling people, like, when I left out my community, you know, I'm traveling and going, you get impressed. It's like Nazi Germany, you get checked, you get fights, you might get killed. Like, it's like Nazi Germany, cuz, and we desensitized. But now we need to hit that love, but love is the most powerful force in the cosmos, cuz, and that's what you exemplify more than anything is that love, man.
Man, I appreciate you, man.
We had that in the 70s. We had that in the 80s in California. Everybody want to hear about the gangbanging. I'm talking about, no, we grew up at the parks. We had the at the parks, and they used to have the fucking trailers and the
jazz festival. You remember going to a park on 4th of July and the park be full of black people and it just everything cool, man. I remember that shit, bro.
And barbecuing and playing dominoes and the blankets out. Like, I be laughing because it's confidence. That's masculinity. I ain't never had to trip, or I ain't never said I'm whoop for this. I ain't never, because all my cousins and uncles and whoop, everything was protocol. It was real. You know what I'm saying? But the family, the energy, the love, the community, you know what I'm saying? We selling out for all these materialistic things in this American dream. That's what it is. We selling out for a dream.
You're right.
Instead of reality. But the reality is that these white boys think they can bail through our neighborhoods and gun down our people like it ain't nothing. And we just sitting around arguing about is God or Jesus or this or that, the other. And they, you know, and now they're telling our little boys that they could be a girl and this and that. What do we? So we still had big brother, big sister programs. We still was going to the park getting free lunches in the 70s and the early 80s. You feel me?
Right.
Like people, the big homies, like my homies, they looked out. We didn't have to try to do this and that because where I'm from, which Loke is from, our community, like our big homies, the OGs was riders. It was the pecking orders. OGs, riders, man, so I ain't have to try to fake the fun. It was a natural rites of passage, even when it comes to our community, as far as the street, you know what I'm saying, the neighborhood we come from. You know what I'm saying? So that shit that was coming from the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, we losing that because our elders is passing off. So we need to start to reinvigorate and reinstill and hit them DNA explosions in these little babies and start getting these big brothers, big sisters for it, for H clubs and all these things. But we be in control of that. And we use the United Black Masculine Male Association to create, and everybody, wherever they are in the world, in their cities, wherever, you use your own personality, your character, your creative to create your own version of it. It ain't always got to be the same thing, just the basic pillars and the energy of it, the spirit. Everybody is low testosterone. I be telling niggas like, you know, niggas need gas station pills. I'm like, black men, there's something wrong with us. You feel me?
You're right.
But I'm saying, low, like, you exemplifying that masculinity, and I'm saying black masculinity is on an all-time high attack, and you ain't beating down, you ain't letting down, you ain't budging, and I love you for that, cuz, and keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm gonna let somebody else speak on it.
Much love, I appreciate you, man. On my mama.
SPR.
Yeah, we finna.
SPR.
Yeah, what up, Slim?
No, I just wanted to, you know, I was listening to what the brother was saying. He was hitting it on me, making a lot of good points. And I just wanted to say, like, should we start like being more secretive about our missions? You know what I'm saying? Like he was saying, organization, starting the organization for the masculinity, and that's cool. That's cool. But I was saying, the question I'm asking is, should we start pushing these agendas more secretly instead of like, you know, standing on the street?
I definitely,
announcing it. You know what I'm saying, to the public. You know what I'm saying?
No, I definitely agree with you.
It seems like.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just get out and do the work. You know what I'm saying? Just get out and start doing the work.
No.
Because it's definitely it's needed and it's serious, homie. And I feel like all serious agendas should be pushed secretly, homie. Not out in the open telling all your business because everybody is not for it. And then you get a lot of them, people coming in to try to destroy the movement. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
You know, all these type of agents and shit. You know what I'm saying? So
No, I
I'm talking
agree.
kind of funny because I'm working out at the same time, but
I don't know if you trying to
just wanted
show
to,
out,
add to it,
bro.
piggyback
I don't
on what I'm
know.
saying.
I don't know if you trying to show out or what, but I've been having you on mute because you've been working out and breathing in the phone for a long time. I thought you would be finished by now. You still working out? You going that hard? I know you drive a diesel, but god damn.
When I first got on the phone with you, I was kind of really just like waking up and doing my little stretching and all that. But I'm into it now, though. That's why I wasn't really saying nothing. I'm gonna say that for a minute. I'm into it now. You know, Sunday, I start my day. I start my week off Sunday. And every, you got your show on Sunday, so I just woke up with the text. You know what I'm saying? I said, oh, SBI finna go live. Oh, let me get up. You know what I'm saying?
Are you dropping?
So,
You jumping in the truck today?
No.
Oh, you kicking back? That's right. Do the Golden State play today?
Yeah, they play today. So, man,
they do. I know you on FanDuel. I know you on FanDuel.
Yeah. I'm on my bookie. I was thinking about putting one in.
I'm on
BetMGM. Is that right? Who you like? Whoever just said that?
Me, the Vicious.
He said, "Who you like, Vicious?"
I said, "Who you like for the night?"
I'm rocking with Golden State right now. I can't go against California, man. Hey.
I think they got a broom.
So
I think it's gonna be a
broom. You gonna put
broom.
some money on Golden State?
I'm sorry, say that again.
I said, you gonna bet on them tonight?
Oh yeah, of course I am. I got kids I gotta take care of.
Okay, for sure. That's right. I might.
I got kids,
though, man.
Well, who you betting with, Slim?
Shoot, I got kids I gotta take care of. Home.
Who you betting with, Slims?
Kind of undecided, man. I mean, I want Golden State to win, but I'm knowing Dallas gonna get one. I know they're gonna get one. I think they're gonna get swept though, but I think they're gonna get one. It's just the point in what night they're gonna get that one. Is it gonna be tonight or it's gonna be the fourth game? But they're gonna get one.
I think they're gonna.
Or they might get swept.
I think they're gonna get swept.
They might get one, but Golden State gonna take it after that, so it might end up being Golden State and I think the Heat, if I'm not mistaken. I gotta see who I done bet on. I done won a little bit of money here and there. Right. Child support don't pay yourself. You know how that go.
No, I feel you. Hey, look, I'm finna. I don't think y'all realize how long I've been on here. I'm finna tie these lines up. So Slim and Vicious V, I'm gonna let y'all go. Then I'm gonna let a couple of these callers speak their mind. I'm finna get up out of here. I got a Sunday to get to too.
All right, much love, Jeter.
Much love, man. Jeter, gratitude is the attitude.
Much love.
Much love. Okay, who we got left? We got LAJ, and we got the caller from the 914. 914, I'm gonna let you go. Then I'll get to my partner LAJ.
All right. Yeah. You hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. 914, what's on your mind?
Oh. Yeah, now, I'm for my damn AirPods. Trying to take that shit off.
Okay.
That should be tweaking.
Okay.
But yeah, man, yeah, I was gonna say I wanted to jump in a certain time, but I'm like, nah, let niggas finish their thought.
And I appreciate your patience, bro. Man, I appreciate your patience, bro. It take a lot of discipline to sit in the cut like you have been and just be patient. I know you want to get in, and I appreciate that. So please, no rush. Feel free to express yourself.
Yeah, I agree with the other homie when he said about the secrecy thing. I was like, yeah, we definitely need to do that. I wanted to say that at one point, but I was like, let me not jump in because he was on his roll. So I was like, yo, let me just. But yeah, we definitely need that because if we tell anything we do, then there's always somebody that's gonna be like, oh, they doing that. No,
that's our biggest disadvantage. I think that's our biggest disadvantage is being what they consider Afro-Americans. We don't have our own language. Every culture that we need to be competing with economically and socially they have a language. And it's like, well, the fact that we are left to only utilize our oppressor's language, I think it has us at a great disadvantage. But I'm listening. Go ahead.
But think about it like this, though. On one hand, we actually do have our own language. Like when we come up with different slang, it be meaning something that it's not the exact word that it is, but you know what it means.
I was thinking we was gonna have this conversation.
About that,
nah, I thought we was gonna have this conversation on a. Just think about that's one thing, but just think about how you feel when you somewhere like the nail shop and they get to talking they shit. It's a big difference than the Ebonics, bro.
Yeah.
It's a big difference.
Yeah, I know you think.
Just think about it. They got some
shit.
I
definitely feel that.
They got shit to where, I don't know where you from, but in Southern California, you go to areas like, I'm not even talking about Koreatown or Chinatown. They got areas like in Cerritos or Gardena, which meaning when you go to Chinatown or Koreatown, you kind of would expect for what I'm about to say to be the case. But when you go to Cerritos or Gardena, the name of the town has nothing to do with what you're about to see, but you'll see a whole community full of businesses where all the words is in them like karate language letters, where we can't read shit. They don't have no other sign with the English translation. They don't give a fuck if you can read they shit. They don't give a fuck if you come in their business. That's the type of, if that's not racist, which I'm not saying it is, we need some shit like that. Self-sufficient.
Yeah. But that's the thing. We gotta have get back to having one of our other languages that we used to speak.
There you go. There you go.
But they already, a lot of them know our shit though too.
But see, look, every time we realizing another depth of the level of our condition, and we think about what we should do, immediately we think of what they've already done to counter that. They let you know how far up against the 8 ball we are, bro. It's not impossible, but this is why I think this is gonna be the ultimate factor. Other than effort and intellect, I think it's gonna be an accidental, natural, oops, we didn't fuck and have enough white babies. And now there's not that many pure white people around. And we're no longer the majority. I think that's going to just naturally, accidentally occur before in this society. I think we're too far weeded out, too diluted. The whole concept of everybody is an American. Too many of us have bought into that. There's too many people that have gotten thrown a bone in the form of millions or even billions when you come to the Kanye's. Too many to where they can all go together and as a group say, oh, America's no longer racist. There's too many things at play to where what we thought was going to be the revolution is going to end up being a revolution. Just think right now, if there's no bigger trigger in Buffalo, we saw just what happened. If there hasn't been a retaliation, similar event already, that's not going to be the war that we wage. The war that's going to be waged is going to be the same war that was waged by the Latin community in California, Southern California, in America in general. The way they're taking over is just by having more numbers. And eventually they became less than the minority. And if they're not the majority, they're very close to being that. And I think there's going to be a more natural war or more natural effects of the shift of dynamic versus this awakening of power and push. Because even with the interbreeding process, although we might have more, we might be breeding more friendly offspring to our claws, they're also going to be more middle of the road because they're a lot half-breed.
Mixed.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah. So there's
But-
go ahead. I'm glad you're following. Go ahead.
But I was gonna say, think about it. You made me think about earlier, like what I was gonna say from the jump about the whole situation with the Buffalo shit. I'm like, basically, they trying to show you like that black people, they feel like black people are soft and like they could do anything to you. Like, oh Lord Jesus, please help me and all that shit. You waiting on a savior type shit. But also, when dude was talking about the kids giving out condoms to the kids. This is what they did. They used to kill off our older generation that was preaching a certain masculinity, certain stuff to us, so that you got a younger generation, which is some of us that came up that might have had certain misguidance, and then we had kids, then some of our kids be misguided. So those misguided kids, now they breeded them to be on some like cannon fodder to each other, but then after that they like, nah, those are soldiers still. We don't want them to have no soldiers, so now we gonna give them condoms so they can't have no kids. But they not listening to their parents, they listen to us because we promote certain stuff through the music with people that look like them. So it's like it's always mad mixed up. Like it's a lot of shit connected with it. But it's like since we know and can see through shit, we just gotta maneuver with that information.
You're right.
I feel like a lot of people don't even think about it.
No, yeah, people are so used to expressing what is passionate to them right into the camera, right into the mic, right into the public. No matter how important the information is for us to really possess, they don't realize once you set out to the public, it kind of compromises the integrity and the fucking potency of that information. So that private room is something we've discussed here before. I don't believe this conversation that we really need to have can be had live on the internet. So we speak about as much as we can.
Yeah, we can. That's why. Yeah, that's why mad times I used to say, yo, we need some other type of.
But look,
shit,
this is how.
yo,
This is how.
Like it gets deeper.
It's this. It's look. This is what I feel like. Like our experience, especially in America and modern society, is similar to being in an aquarium. You're almost just totally subjected to what the owner of the aquarium provides for your ecosystem and your environment. Even if you're the most vicious predator in the ocean, like a piranha. Once you're in this aquarium, there is not just the natural multitude of prey to prey upon. If all you have to eat is flakes that are coming over the top of that aquarium, that's all you have. And I think we're in a similar experience that I believe that there are parameters to our existence that are not natural, and the people that empower create what's accessible to us. And I don't think we consciously.
Got some people that look like us that help perpetuate it by them getting money to a certain point because they willing to play ball with these people, and then the niggas start doing certain funny shit on behalf of us as if they are spokespeople. And then it's like we still take the brunt of it because they linked up with those people, and those people is accepting them as our representatives, even though we ain't elected.
Yeah, so, now, for all these reasons that you and I'm pointing out, it just leads me to believe that there's going to be another cause of action to bring about change other than us collectively coming together on an intellectual plan, because all what we just said is public. So even if you and I just spoke the secret weapon ingredients information, they're already in motion to counteract that because we set it out into the world. So what's going to happen is more of a natural cause. And I believe if we have faith in anything supernatural, we have to believe that the evil that they have exacted upon us will not win out. I don't think we can strategically vision how that's going to happen. It seems almost impossible. And that's where I believe faith comes in to some degree, because I just do not believe that there's more evil in existence in this whole experience versus good. And I have to believe that whether I see it or not from this side of existence, the good is eventually going to win like every other movie. Otherwise, we've been lied to our whole life totally, and we just fucked. And that's how I feel about it.
But think about it. It has to happen, though. Think about it. It has to be off, but it has to be possible, because the fact that them being able to have control all the time and stuff like that, when we was the first one to create civilization and give people languages and religion and all these concepts that they use against us today, it has to be possible, because it's like we the ones who came up with this stuff in the first place. They just using our own stuff against us. That's all they really doing.
Right.
And the biggest trick they made us think was to think that they came up with some grand scheme, when it's really they just using sciences that was high because we came up with them and we gave it to them when we went into decline. So now a lot of us is waking back up and we getting the hold of these information and certain things. But then you still, like you said, you still got those people that
everything that they caused
and they feel
us,
like as soon as they get bread, they out of here.
Everything we've been caused to look at as a negative about us versus what they've exalted about their natural features everything that they make us feel like is beauty that they possess that we don't, it's all indicative of lack. Their hair that we seem to envy so much has a lack of texture. It has a lack of protection from the elements. Although it may seem more manageable, it lacks electricity. Their skin lacks melanin, protection from the elements. And they found, look, even their lips lack presence and a fucking what are they blowing them up to possess? Have more what? Fulfillment? What word would it be? But whatever it is, even in the body structure, the contour, they get injections and surgery to have more of something that they don't naturally possess as a collection. So just look at the psychology of all the things that they made us think was better than what we had. And actually, all those things do is point out a lack of something that actually has value. Melanin, a valuable element. And they made us think a lack of it was more to be appreciated than to actually possess it. And the more of it you have, the more of a good thing you have. But just think, the darker you are, the worse you're viewed in our society. That's a cold twist. And you don't have to look no further. Just think, they showed up on a boat. They showed up on a boat, found people, slaughtered them, took their land, and then they sold it to the next generations as Thanksgiving. So that's the same mind that can teach you that because we lack what makes you special, we're better than you. We lack melanin. We lack bone structure and density. We lack the rapid fire response reaction in our muscle capacity that you are. That's why you outperform us. The only thing you don't have to remember is muscle memory. So if we were ever part of a superior civilization and you can actually steal the fucking knowledge we once had, meaning you get it and teach it to your descendants and not ours. Guess what they couldn't take from us? Our fucking muscle memory. That is not taught. That's why we still see our superiority every time we're in a fucking arena where superiority is defined by physical prowess. We excel. Because that was a fucking information they could not steal because it was direct from the cosmos into our DNA. Once we started relying on written interpretation of our information from the cosmos, they were able to steal our information. We no longer have it, and we can no longer realize at this current moment our same superiority intellectually the way we can realize it physically. Because guess what? Our physical aspect of our superiority did not have to be written down. It did not have to be taught and transmitted. It's something that's naturally realized when we go out and try to run as fast as we can versus our counterparts. There's something more per capita contained within us to be faster, more explosive. That's why we can do the reach back like 1-3, 1-3. That's why we have Randy Moss. That's why we have Jordan, Kobe. There's something about the way we're designed physically that was not able to be stolen. But the intellectual portion has been taken from us and we're not aware of what we once knew. Somebody talk to me about that. LAJ, you've been patient, bro. Speak your mind.
Very patient, Spotted Low.
Indeed.
I respect the platform and I don't interrupt nobody, homie. I just wait for my turn.
No, largest salute. Now you're the last person left on line. I didn't mean to cut you off just abruptly like that, homie. I just started realizing how long I've been on here and what my ultimate goal need to be is, and it's be out of here. So I'm gonna leave it on LAJ. What's happening though?
I ain't gonna hold you too long then, Spotted Low.
It's all Gucci.
You got to get the rest of your day. So I ain't got nothing for you, Spotted Low. I'm gonna just kick back and enjoy the rest of the program to the next time we on together.
I appreciate that because we start this at 9:30, so now it's 10, 11, 12, 1. That's 4:30. Yeah, I appreciate you, loved one. I appreciate your patience, your participation, and your input. Even though you didn't really, we said so much. I know we covered many of your thoughts, but
yeah, I had a couple of things I wanted to say, but you know, I just kicked back.
Yeah, you know we'll get it in one more again and another again and another again. Much love.
Too much.
For death. That's what it is, y'all. I appreciate y'all tarrying and tallying with me. I know we got kind of carried away, but I'm not apologizing for it. I kind of appreciated the organic just continuance of the energy. Didn't have to force it. And it wasn't sitting up here politicking on a bunch of bullshit. We was really chopping up about thoughts, ideas, concepts, and issues that are a little deeper than the surface shit that we shoot the shit about a lot of times. And I just appreciate everybody for tapping in. We'll be back right here at no particular scheduled moment, but as soon as you can think about it and think it ain't gonna happen, we'll be back on my mama.
Snakewood and that hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
Tupac of my generation, Pac was highly intelligent, but in our culture, street culture, especially in his generation, intelligence was viewed as a form of weakness. How do you get the people that's really affected by, you know, what we're trying to solve involved?
Mathematical mode, marathoning, making moves taken. The heartbreaking news make major breaking news. Nephews, nieces, siblings, seeds, they confused. Waking up, shaking, aching, praying that it's April Fools. Chosen child from the now, stakes is huge. Snakes and fake straddling the gate, it's too late to choose. Violent visions gave victory, paid your dues. Motivated, demonstrated, elevated views. Truths don't die, we multiply. I ain't make the rules. Self-medicate, meditate, and celebrate the blues. Neighborhood, roller coaster, you can take the cruise, I'm good. Blue laces, suede Puma's favorite shoes. To the generations, you never save me on my babies. Most beautiful gift Pluto ever gave me. For such a precious life, who decides price? I couldn't feel the slide twice, cause they crucified Christ.
Sniper and that hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, spotter low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
I overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done train my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie.
SPI
Can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be everything that they wanna be. Yeah.